papa moi esia papa oh jolly papa moi esia ahe jolly papa moi esia papa oh jolly papa moi esia ahe Ipayame mara medawasi ewada wachiremi Ipayame mara medawasi midopa Tamuno tain tamuno bo Obasi zizio Deme ho meka oh Mi melo anio I say jala ludo I say you at your for Deme oh mega oh Kali papa moi esia papa oh Jolly papa moi esia ahe Jolly papa moi esia papa oh Jolly papa moi esia ahe
Let the universe bear witness to the sacred code. The ground beneath us does not yield to seasonal guests. The tenant cannot sack the landlord. The employee can never sack the employer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the supreme leader of IPOB. His command is final. Whatever he says goes. Pursuant to the strict authority of the supreme leader and the sacred unyielding IPO code of conduct, the third administration of the DOS is hereby dissolved. The sentence is passed, your names are permanently erased. Chikaedozi, you are sacked. Tony Nsurumike, you are sacked. Austin Agbanyin, you are sacked. Kukurio Forma, you are sacked. Isaiah Uba, you are sacked. Collins Chinedu, you are sacked. Chinas Anworu, you are sacked. Fidelis Ejogu, you are sacked. Chidin Manworu, Juliet Edward Filatro, you are sacked. Keuda, you are indefinitely expelled. You are Nigerian agents. Stay off from my POB. You no longer speak, you no longer act for the children of light. The employee cannot fire the boss. Tenant cannot sack the landlord. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader, the supreme leader of IPOB. Through the trials, through the chains, his word remains absolute. Whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. They thought darkness could hide the shadows of greed. They forgot the soil remembers every treacherous deed. After the illegal extraction, when the leader was taken away, the enemies of the struggle came out to play. Governor Dave Umahi paid $500,000, a blood money bribe to buy collars for the scholars of shame. They took the cash, sabotaged the release, and traded the crown, bribing media houses just to tear the leader's legacy down. But the truth is a rock, it crushes the hand that betrays. But in the darkest hour, the true guardian stood high, refusing to let the message of restoration die. We lift our voices to honor the ones who defended the light, the shield of the truth in the dead of the night. Thank you, Biafra, vanguard media, for standing so bold, for ensuring the unfiltered truth was always told. Salute to the dedicated souls of Abbott, standing the test. Salute to the rising sun, unyielding and blessed, and the ambassador for self-determination marching ahead, keeping the fire burning for the living and the dead. You defended the leader, you shielded the name from the stain. Oh, whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. The fourth dose is here, working with global power to heal the land. The genocide must stop, the boss has spoken. Victory is absolute.
Because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot. Millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue, because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me, O Lord. You will vindicate IPOB. You will vindicate your children of Biafra according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, O Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God and you are an upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, you will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore, we pray. He said, that was our prayer this evening. We are now going to proceed without further hesitation to bring to you the gospel which I have been mandated by heaven to preach to the children of men. There is, I don't, people have all these appendages. It's on all these names. People, I can trace their ancestry. I know where you come from. I know the family where you come from. Is that somebody telling me he's from Asaba and he's the Niger Delta from Asaba, which is used to be Ahaba. That is the name. We forgive ourselves every blessed day. Everybody made mistakes during that very war. Even before the war, mistakes were made. But from all sides, we are all responsible for what happened. Are we going to dwell on it forever and ever? Of course not. From the Constitution of Biafra, it will be spelled out very, very clearly. It was my intention before and still remains that if Water should be, of course, now Igoromiko is making a very big argument for it, should be the capital of Biafra. We will be so busy building and rebuilding. What are the houses we have in Ibote? Have you not seen how Hong Kong is built? Go and get a picture of Singapore and see it. That is the type of. Are you telling me that we are fighting and dying every day to have another useless African country in Biafra? God forbid. We are going to build beautiful houses. There will be no time. We are going to be so busy working. There will be no time for even anybody to think about revenge. What's the beauty? We have made mistakes during the war. Are we dead? They killed us 5 million. Yet we went to the north. Some people still marry Fulani people. But they are the ones that killed 5 million of us. What did the people, some people from Ukraine and take? It's only house? How about those that took life? Please, we are one people. And in a new Biafra, from our constitution, you will know there will be no room or space for any of this nonsense. Because, as I told you, go and look at the United Arab Emirates model. You cannot go from Dubai to go to Doha and tell them what to do unless you have somebody from Doha inviting you. Before you go to Godiland to invest, in fact, you must have a representative who is good that owns part of that business as they're doing today in Dubai. That's what they do. We know what we are doing. There will be no room or space for that. Heaven forbid. Because we are all one people. Equally is Igbo. I can tell you where you come from if you're lost. I know where Ogoni comes from. Ken Sarawi is that is the forget about all these useless discussions.
Let me tell him now.
We are one people. But the only difference is that no army, no, you will not. Some people will live and die. They won't see the Biafran army. A soldier from the Biafran army. Police will not carry any guns. So the Prime Minister of Biafra cannot send somebody and say, go to Ogoni village and conquer them. You cannot. You will send the army to do anything without the. In fact, you can't even try. So we are going to have something very unique, a unique blend of what you have in UAE and what you have in Switzerland. And freedom. Freedom is the watchword. Freedom.
All over the world, those that are listening live, and those that will listen after this particular space. I have come this evening unannounced to brief Biafrans on the success that the Biafra government are making globally. We need to, as we approach December 2nd or the November-December convention, it is very important and imperative that we keep you updated every time when the opportunity calls. My fellow Biafrans, you must understand one thing, which will become a norm as we go forward. Always remember that Nigeria terrorist state came into being through conquest and forceful imposition of foreign rule, which denied indigenous people the opportunity to negotiate and choose what they wanted in 1914. And it was called the amalgamation of Nigeria. Today, we are no longer comfortable in this amalgamation. We are no longer comfortable in this conquest. We are no longer comfortable in this injustice, in this faulty foundation. And we say it is time for redress after decades. And of course, as we all know how government works all over the world from history, somebody have to rise up to brutally, ruthlessly resist them, especially when the government become evil, like Nigeria. Somebody have to get up and lead that change. And that's exactly what we are doing today. Like they have done it in America and other parts of the world. America took the bull by its horn in 1776 against the same people we are fighting today in Prosse. And that's exactly why it is important that you know the diplomatic wave of the Biafra government today. In the past weeks, the Biafra government has met notable decision makers in the United States, Washington, D.C., on a diplomatic consultation over the Biafra coming declaration in Finland. And of course, this consultation continues, including consultation with a high level individuals across Asia and of course Africa as well. Like you all know, last week, the officials of the Biafra government met with dignitaries, policymakers, decision makers, including the Speaker of the House of Representatives of the United States of America. We will continue to educate them on the need for Biafra to become an independent state. We will continue to educate them on the need to support the declaration of Biafra. We will continue to educate them on the need to also support the Biafra self-referendum, because Nigeria thought by locking the door of the constitution, they have defeated everybody, but we have smarted them. So this consultation will continue even after the declaration of the 2nd of December 2024, until those who have what it takes to pursue and support the recognition of Biafra will understand the need for them to do so. My fellow Biafrans, I want you to understand one thing, that the civil disobedience that we have used for the past 3 years have yielded the exact and even more than the result we required and we expected from it. And you know, with all the propaganda, the blackmail they use trying to demonize our people, demonize them, not to continue to sit at home, they failed. And let me tell you, you know, one of the things they usually come with is that, oh, you are destroying the economy. Oh, the sit at home, because of the sit at home, they have lost billions in the South. Now, let me make it very clear today. Any day they come with such nonsense, ask them, when the sit at home was not there, they were making this billion. What have they done with the billions? Ask them, what have they done with the billions? And what have the sit at home now done to stop that thing that we're doing with the billions? Ask them, what have they done when the sit at home was not there and they were generating these billions? Did they use it to build road? The answer is no. Did they use these billions to build hospital? The answer is no. Did they use this billion to build social amenity for you? The answer is no. Did they use this billion to give you national insurance scheme? The answer is no. Did they use this billion to give you free education? The answer is no. Then why are they now so worried about losing these particular billions to the sit at home? Do you know who it is affecting? It's affecting them. That billion they were looting is what they cannot loot again. And everybody is hungry. All of them. Ask them, how have they sit at home destroyed ordinary man's economy? They were not sharing those billions with them. How have they sit at home or this billion that they are talking about affect an ordinary man who goes out and sell market and feed his family? And if he didn't go tomorrow, he will go the next day to sell and feed his family. It doesn't affect them. And that is why our people discover that actually it is very, very effective. They keyed into it. The people that are subjugating our people to slavery were the one shouting and crying of economy. The economy that the common man never benefited from. The economy that a common man will never benefited. Before they could train their children in school, they will suffer and suffer and suffer. Why these people are making billions through the revenue that they generate from different states. Today, they are losing that revenue and they are crying of economy. I want you to understand also that for those of them today that are surprised of the wave that the Biafra government is making globally, using our lobbyists from different dimensions that we are using for the liberation of Biafra, they are surprised. They call it fake. They say it's a photoshopping. You can imagine. We will be posting Speaker of House of Representatives of the United States of America. We post it on Twitter, our finance minister. And so, as we are today, as a government, we will now be posting fake image of high top rank officials of the United States of America on Twitter, claiming that we met them. This is the level of idiocy of the people who have been shouting Biafra for many years. Because that is what they did, actually. Of course, they cannot even Photoshop reasonable people. But most of the things they posted for many years were all Photoshop. Many of them, everything is Photoshop. The Photoshop that I said I'm going to bring sheep, they use it to feed their ego, feed themselves on social media. The Photoshop where I posted the guy that died in Russia, which I have refused to make a video to today. The Photoshop, everything about them is Photoshopping. That was how they were fighting Biafra. Now, that's why nobody ever took them serious. But today, we are not in Photoshopping in the government. Everything is real. I went to the office of the president of Finland to submit a document. Then, that was like 2 years ago, they say it's fake. And with my level in Finland, I will be posting that I submitted a letter to the office of the president of Finland and it is fake. I brought even acknowledgement from the office of the president Niinisto, the former president, that they have received the letter where I was appealing to them to support the Biafra independence. They acknowledge the receipt of that letter with evidences of Nigeria violation of Biafra rights and this criminals, political pressure group IPOB Nigeria, they say is a fake. I want you to understand that they remain criminals and fake. They remain Nigeria political pressure group. Otherwise, under IPOB Mazen Namdi, he was looking for 100 men. With all the idiots scattered all over the world shouting IPOB, IPOB. Mazen Namdi was looking for 100 men. Do you think he was actually wrong? Do you think Mazen Namdi was wrong to be shouting for 100 men? Already Biafra, where this illiterate will littered everywhere, doing container shipping with IPOB money. Is it that Mazen Namdi was wrong for saying, I need 100 men, where they have all these market women? If market women, I don't want to belittle the market women, they're actually very hardworking. But today, when we say that we are not going to use lobbies, we're not going to waste money on lobbies, was when we do not have the foundation. Was when there was nothing to show. You don't go and start paying lobbies when you don't have anything on ground. That was what this political pressure group did, only to just entice people and scam their fans of their hard-earned money. That was what they did. They deceived Martinam Decano to be paying 80,000. Even those people paying that money, $80,000, they were doing Abatek here with the same lobby firm. How many Biafrans know that the same lobby firm that were paying 80,000 was the same lobby firm that was defending Okonjo Iweala? The same time they were defending Okonjo Iweala, and at the same time IPOB was paying them $80,000. And you think they actually received that money? Now ask yourself, with this their so-called lobbies, can they bring one picture of them meeting anybody in Washington, D.C.? I want to share a story. The reason the $80,000 lobbying firm, whether they actually paid that money or not. The reason why that particular agreement was revoked was because of Okorafor, Uchenna. Uchenna Okorafor
of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this morning program according to Biafra time. Wherever you are watching this program from, I welcome you. Whether you are watching from Biafra land, you're watching from Nigeria, from Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, you're watching us from Russia, you're watching from Ukraine, you're watching from Iran, I welcome you to this platform. As you join us, like and share the program to other people. Don't keep the message to yourself. Like and share. Share the program so that others can get the same information you are getting and also get encouraged. Remember, we have a responsibility here to make sure that we encourage Biafrans. We have the responsibility to see that we give a voice to our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano, and our Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel. That is the major work we have here. We will make sure that their voice is heard and heard loud. That is why each time I come in my broadcast, I start with their messages. The message that has left for you and I, many of us have forgotten. The left message for us, what we will do in difficult times, how we will manage ourselves, and what is going on. If you don't know where you're coming from, you wouldn't know where you're going. That's why each time I come online, I remind you of where we are coming from, so that you can know where we are going. Wherever you are and you are in this platform today, As always, I beg you to come with your open mind. Come to this platform, watch the program with an independent mind. Keep your group sentiment aside. Keep your group sentiment aside. Whichever mushroom group you belong, keep it aside. Come as an independent person with an independent mind. Come with your critical argument. Come with your disagreement. If you have a superior argument, the link is there. Send the link, I'll bring you in, and then you make your argument. I'm not here to force you into believing anything. I'm not here into pushing you to what you do not want to do. All I'm here is to create an environment where we can be able to share views, express ourselves without any hindrances. In this platform, everybody is entitled to their opinion. You must not agree with everything I say. As I have my independent mind, I expect you to have yours too. If you have a contrary opinion, that is your right. I'm not here to cajole you or to push you into something else. So wherever you're watching from, I ask you to keep on. Hold on. Just for these few minutes, you're going to be here, or an hour. Hang on. Let us do this together. Let us continue to preach this gospel. No matter how difficult it is, we know the challenges we are facing. Sometimes when you come online, it becomes difficult to engage with people because of their mentality. Sometimes when you listen to what people that call themselves Biafra agitators, more especially the Igbos, what they are doing online, you begin to wonder, does this struggle worth it? Do we still have to continue talking, or should we be silent? But my brothers and sisters, we must not stop. We know that the enemy is doing everything possible to weaken the sincere ones. Today, those people who are faithful and sincere are under attack by their own people. And when I look the attack on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, I begin to wonder if they can attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If people can on camera attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who am I? Who am I? If they can attack Mazi Simon and do all manner of evil against him, who am I? The only encouragement I have is that this battle belongs to everyone of us. It doesn't matter. Even if you are not a Biafra, you have a responsibility. Some people in that zoological republic, they think that this is about Biafra. Sorry. You think it's about Biafra. You think it's about... Now, in the insecurity in Nigeria, which people are losing most? Even at this situation, the most secure place in Nigeria till tomorrow remains Biafra land, whether you like it or not. The most secure place in that zoological republic today remains Biafra land. They can continue to say whatever they like. They can continue to plan their evil. They can continue to hinder us. They can continue to marginalize us. They can continue to hinder our progress and our freedom. But our land still remains the most secure place in the zoo. That is why every other person in that country. And if you are indigenous in Nigeria, you should learn from Biafran people and know that the only way forward is freedom. Total and absolute freedom. I have said it that this is not time for electioneering. It is time for referendum. What should be happening in the zoo today is referendum, not election. Referendum should be happening. But for one reason or the other, the indigenous people have been beaten in their own games. They have been so enslaved that they're now gradually becoming comfortable in enslavement. The citizens of this zoo are now becoming comfortable in enslavement. You know, when you stay in a place for a long time, you begin to accept it as normal. That is why today illegality is accepted as normal in Nigeria. Things you hear in Nigeria will never ever happen in any other part of the world. Things that the citizens tolerate No citizen of this world will accept. But for one reason or the other, the zoo is a different ballgame. People are free to do anything and they feel that it is right. And when you stand up and complain to make things right, the same people you are fighting for will be in the front line to fight you. That is how difficult it is to save a black man. For you to save a black man, you need to fight him. You need to fight him from himself. You need to fight him. Save him from himself first before you now begin to save him from the hand of the slave master. That is how difficult it is. It is much more easier to save somebody from the West, somebody from Asia, than saving somebody, a black man from Africa. You will first of all fight them, save them from themselves before you begin to save them from the hand of those that are holding them captive. It is sad, but that is the truth. Wherever you are today, I urge you to stay strong. Don't lose focus. The battle has just begun. The battle has just begun. But the good news is that we are winning and we will continue to win. Don't allow the things you are seeing in social media to discourage you. Do not allow the foolishness of some set of people on social media to discourage you. There are still some Biafrans that are very smart and intelligent. There are still very intelligent, smart Biafrans who can read in between the line. So don't worry. Let the propagandists, let the evil men, let the saboteurs continue to do their job for their paymaster. Let them continue to work for their salary. I was also going mine. In a short while, they will receive the reward of what they have done. We have come today in this morning program to do what we know how to do best. Remember, in this platform, we don't come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come to this platform to attack people or individuals. What we do here is to speak for humanity. We don't attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to present Biafra in a limelight as the only remedy to the failed state in Nigeria. And we will continue to do so. We do it with joy and happiness and sincerity, not with malice, not with grudges. And that is why we keep the floor open for anybody from anywhere, any walks of life, any orientation to come and ask questions if they have any. If you have a superior argument, bring it. We want to learn. I personally want to learn. I'm not just here to teach. I am here to learn. So if you have a superior argument, bring it on. My fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you that have made it this morning into this program. Thank you for joining. And as you join, like and share the program. I can see my beloved brother, Uche Onyende, one of my supporters on this platform, always here with me, watching it. And I can see Chidi also there, Chid Coleman. Thank you for joining, Chid Coleman. I appreciate you and I thank you so much for being part of the program. And every other person that is watching, whether you are watching on TikTok, whether you're watching on Facebook, whether you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on X, anywhere you are watching this program, you are a special guest. I appreciate you and I welcome you. If they kick you out, try to find your way back. We know what we are facing. They are not promoting our program, neither are they giving alerts to people to join us. And most times the problem is not just from the network, the problem is from our people. They keep on reporting the program simply because you have chosen not to attach yourself to any mushroom group. You chose not to attach yourself to any scandal, any propaganda or blackmail. They get angry. Some just hate because you are calling for peace. These are some bunch of idiots who find joy in chaos. When brothers and brothers are fighting, they are happy. When there is chaos, they're happy. And I begin to wonder what kind of human beings some of them are. So I welcome everyone that have made it this far. Patiently join us and we get to the bottom of the program today. The title of my program today says, the greatest threat to Biafra is not the enemy. It is self-destruction, greed, personal interest. The greatest threats to Biafra is not the enemy. It is self-destruction, greed, personal interest. You have the right to agree or disagree. And whatever you think in your heart, feel free to share it on the comment section or click the link and join me. My fellow Biafrans, we are going to do justice because a lot of things is happening today. And as I always say, it's an interesting period. A very interesting period in this Biafra agitation. That is where we are. Many people who claim to be on the top, many people who claim to know it all before, today, they know nothing anymore. Those who told you that Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is their supreme leader, today, they no longer have a supreme leader. Those who believe and said, who have preached Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, today they are singing a different song. It is an interesting time. Very interesting time. A time that Chuks is separating the wheat from the farm. And that separation is going to continue until Biafra is free. So wherever you are, anchor yourself very well. Hold your hands very well. Make sure you didn't fall. Make sure you didn't fall. It is very sad. So we are talking about the danger of self-destruction, self-gratification, and personal interest in social movement, like ours in this Biafra struggle. The lessons on leadership, unity, and selfless service. That is what we are discussing today, and we're going to try as much as possible to do justice to this very topic. Very interesting topic. Thank you for joining today's live stream, wherever you are joining from across the world. Whether you are watching from Africa, Europe, the America, Asia, and anywhere else around the world, you are highly welcome. Today's discussion is about an issue that extends beyond any single country, organization, or movement. It concerns a challenge that has affected communities, institutions, and social movement throughout history. It is what we are facing today, the challenge we are facing today in Biafra agitation. That is what we are discussing today. And our topic says the danger of self-destruction, self-gratification, and personal interest in social movements, like the one we are in, the Biafra agitation. The danger of self-destruction. Lessons on leadership, unity, and selfless service. This is what we are going to discuss today. The danger of self-destruction. What we are seeing today in this agitation is self-destruct. You look to your right, you look to your left, you look at the social media and things that are happening today, what you will see is self-destruct. You will see self-gratification in this agitation. Just go around. So many of you that go around, whether you are on TikTok, you are on Facebook, you are on YouTube, on X, what you see, self-destruction, self-gratification, and personal interest. Personal interest. You see it written on every faces today that are causing confusion. We are going to discuss that. And it's a period to learn a lesson on leadership, unity, selfless service. I want you to follow us gradually. Follow me gradually in this very program today. You will understand so many things. We will try as much as possible. We don't know it all, but we'll break it down to the best of our knowledge. And if you have a superior argument, feel free to come and share with us. This is not a discussion about attacking any individual. You know, some of you are very quick at interpreting words. You are very good at changing information. That is why I always make it clear that my program and my discussion is not about attacking any individual. It is an opportunity to reflect on principles that history has shown to be important for any group working towards a shared objective. It's an opportunity to reflect on principles. This program today is an opportunity for us, every single one of you that you are watching, wherever you're watching, an opportunity for you to reflect on principles that history has shown to be important for any movement working towards a shared objective, like the Biafra movement that we have, the Biafra agitation. It doesn't matter the name you give yourself. It doesn't matter the title you give yourself. It doesn't matter the group where you belong. Pay close attention and come with an independent mind. Come to this program, this platform, listen with an independent mind. Only then you can understand the message. I encourage everyone participating in this discussion to engage respectfully. Different viewpoints are welcome, provided they are expressed without personal attack or incitement. As always in this platform, you know we don't call people's name. We are here to preach the message, and after that, we are gone. People can pick offense from their message because of their kind of mindset or what they are doing. Sometimes in the process of our program, we might get into something that affects you directly. And I tell you, when my message hits you, when the message affects you, all you need to do is to have a rethink. Change your way. Change your way. If it doesn't hit you, you feel you're on the right path. Continue. Continue your path if you're on the right path. And if you're on the right path, there's no way you will hear my message and you get angry. There is no way you will hear my message, you get angry. If you are a man with an independent mind, a woman with an independent mind that is genuine and you are looking for freedom. Throughout history, historians have observed that many movements have faced not only external opposition, but also internal challenges. So what you are seeing in Biafra agitation today, it is not only applicable to Biafra agitation, not only applicable to Biafra, it is applicable to so many other movements across the world. They face not only external opposition, but also internal challenges. While outside pressure may be significant, internal issues such as mistrust, personal ambition, lack of accountability, and division has also played an important role in shaping outcome. Like we are seeing today in Biafra agitation. We are having very significant issues, internal issues such as mistrust. It is difficult to trust anybody. It is difficult to trust anybody in this agitation today. And I don't blame you if you don't trust. Even our supreme Amazon, they're going to say the only person he will trust that tomorrow morning, when he wakes up, he will still talk about Biafra is himself. Likewise me. The only person I trust that tomorrow when I wake up, I'll talk about is myself. Internal issues such as mistrust is being seen clearly in this agitation. We have seen it over and over again. Personal ambition. Personal ambition. People are bringing their personal ambition into a movement that was supposed to be for our collective interest. They bring their personal ambition into the movement. We have seen it in this Biafra agitation. People bring their personal ambition, pursuit of position, pursuit of fame, some pursuit of friendship, some pursuit of money, personal ambition. They bring it into a movement that was meant to carry the collective interest of the people. Lack of accountability. Most of the breakaway we see today is accountability. Because people do not want to be held accountable. They cause chaos. They create problem. They attack the innocent. The bunch of clowns today that are attacking Mazi Nandi Ukukan is because they do not want to be accountable. They know definitely they will be held accountable for the evil they have done or for the way they have operated. Knowing fully where they have achieved nothing, they have squandered the finance of IPOB. They turn around and begin to accuse Mazi Nandi of accountability. Same you that cannot even account for what you have done for a few days. You are now accusing your maker, your supreme leader. Lack of accountability. The same thing is happening under Mazi Simon Ekpa. Some people, because they do not want to be accountable, instead of being accountable, they break away. Instead of being accountable, they create chaos and create their own group. They don't want to be accountable. Division, right, left, and center. And this is playing an important role in shaping the outcome we are seeing today. One recurring lesson is that when individuals place personal recognition or interest above broader mission, organization can lose focus. This is what we are suffering today in Biafra agitation. Individuals placing personal recognition, interest above the broader mission. And today, Biafra is losing focus because of some bunch of individuals who are placing their own personal recognition. Immediately, Mazi Nandi was taken away. What we are seeing is command and control. Who is going to be in charge? Who will be the spokesperson? Who will be listening to? Even when you have nothing to offer. They could not even have the patience to allow the people to make their choice. They could not even, some don't even have the patience to convince the people with what they do. Just like Mazi Nandi. Mazi Nandi was not pursuing recognition, or he wasn't pursuing anybody. You must obey me, you must listen to me. He went to work, continued to do the work until people saw what he was doing. He earned every single respect Mazi Nandi has. He earned it. He didn't force it. He didn't command it. He earned it. He earned every single respect. That is why today, even while he's in Sokoto prison today, serving a life sentence, in his absence, millions of Biafrans, non-Biafrans, are speaking up for him. They are speaking up for him. If he forced us to join him, or maybe he would go ask us or whatever, by now, everybody will walk in the way. After all, he's not there. After all, he's not there to speak. He's not there to talk to anybody. But because every single one of us that came out of conviction. Every one of us that is under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu became out of conviction. Those who come for personal interest, they are the ones today that are attacking him. The few 1% that came in just for what they intend to gain, because their friend is there, because their brother is there, because their town man is there, because of what they intend to gain, because of position, they are the ones today that are channeling their energy on attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The force they could not be able to give when they were with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the force they could not be able to produce, that's what they are using today against him. Like this sack XDOX. If they have this kind of power and they put this kind of energy with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was outside, we will not still be talking about Biafra today, begging. We will have gone very far. The kind of energy today they devote to fight their leader, to fight their maker. If they have put that effort to support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu while he was around, we won't be where we are today. But while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was there, even in his presence, they were sabotaging him. All they were doing is to build barriers around him to make sure that no sensible person comes close. They build barriers around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to make sure that no reasonable person comes close. That is why in their midst, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was still crying for 100 men. In the midst of multitude of people, they call themselves DOS. Sometimes they tell you they're up to 1,000. They tell you they're up to 300. With coordinators scattered around the whole world. Yet, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was alone. Was alone, completely alone. The energy they are putting in today to attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if they had put that energy, we would not still be shouting about it. We would have been out of this level. What they did was attack it, destroy everything he put in place. When they see somebody who knows better than they do, they see that person as a threat. When they see somebody that has something to offer, they begin to see that person as a threat. The next thing is propaganda and campaign against the person. That was why they came after Mazi Simon Ekpa. When they saw that Mazi Simon Ekpa has a lot to offer, that Mazi Simon has capacity, he's intelligent, he has a lot, they began to push propaganda, lies. They did everything humanly possible to stop Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from reaching out to Mazi Simon Ekpa. The man they were dealing with is more intelligent than they can ever be. With all their barriers they built around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left them and met with Mazi Simon Ekpa one-on-one. What I mean one-on-one is discussing with him directly, holding programs directly from him, making plans and carrying a mission directly. While they were busy looking for where to steal, looking for whom to blackmail. When individuals place personal recognition or interest above broader mission, organizations can lose focus. This was why the IPOB under Chikeduzium lost focus. IPOB under Chikeduzium lost focus because they placed personal recognition and interest above broader mission. It was about command and control. You must obey. You must follow us. While they were busy pursuing command and control, Mazi Simon Ekpa kept his mind open. He was reaching out to the audience. He was reaching out to Biafra. He was answering questions. You ask the DOS question, they will start you. They will kick you away from their program. Mazi Simon Ekpa, even when you come to the program and insult him, he will entertain your question and answer you. Silly question. There is no question that is not entertaining by Mazi Simon Ekpa. No matter how silly the question is, he will entertain it. And he won the heart of the people. Mazi Simon Ekpa won the heart of. That was why he was able to move thousands to Finland for convention. He was able to move thousands to Finland for declaration. Master Simon Ekpa was able to move thousands of Biafrans to Finland. They flew in from all over the world for convention because of his conviction. He was able to move Biafrans from all over the world. Master Simon Ekpa moved Biafrans from all over the world to come to Finland for declaration of Biafra. It wasn't command and control. He didn't say you must come. If you don't come, you are sacked. If you don't come, you will not be a Biafra again. If you don't, no. People on their own came because of what they saw. But this bunch of clowns who are today attacking Mazen Nandekan, for 5 years, had nothing. They were only planning on how to remove Mazen Nandekan from their picture and plant themselves. The only plan they have had from 2021 till 2026. The only plan the Department of Sabotua had, DOS under Chikazum had, was personal recognition. That's what they were chasing. That was why immediately Mazen Nandekan was kidnapped, they began to attack everything that Mazen Nandekan stands for. They removed his name from radio, they removed his name from registration. Different kinds of attack. And Mazen Simon was following them bomber to bomber, revealing all the secrets, and their friends were responding. Mazen Simon made it impossible for them to remove Mazen Nandekan. And he declared himself a disciple. In every program, he declared himself a disciple. Even one of the he was asked about the position of Mazen Nandekan when he comes out. He said the position of Mazen Nandekan cannot be contested. Whatever government you form, he has a permanent position. It is not contestable. But this bunch of idiots, for 5-6 years, what did they do? They were pursuing personal recognition. Even when they have nothing to offer, they were only trying to position themselves. How to remove Mazen Nandekan, how to blackmail Mazen Nandekan, how to make sure Biafrans are not talking about him. Even after the Grand, they almost stopped playing his messages. They stopped playing his messages in Radio Biafra. It was Mazen Simon Ekpa who continued to play, and those of us who are in the media, we continue to play the message of Mazen Nandekan, sharing his image everywhere. We are playing it. Make sure non-stop. Match together with the sit at home. It became impossible for them. And Mazen Simon Ekpa took that fire. Every day you mention Mazen Simon Ekpa, Mazen Nandekan is trending. As Mazen Simon Ekpa is trending, Mazen Nandekan is trending. As Mazen Simon Ekpa is trending, Mazen Nandekan. There was no single day during the time of Mazen Simon Ekpa that Mazen Nandekan was left out of the picture. A time come, all the politicians in Nigeria were asking for the release of Mazen Nandekan. You think it was ordinary, right? Now, how many of them is asking for it again? How many of them is asking for it again? But when Mazen Simon Ekpa was around the time, every one of them, this Seibo that we are seeing today that is causing havoc everywhere. Seibo and all the government, they were all advocating for the release of Mazen Nandekan because of the pressure. It was too much, they couldn't handle it. The Senate were sitting on the matter of Biafra. The House of Rep, we are discussing the matter of Biafra. Because whenever you mention Mazen Simon Ekpa, you mention Mazen Nandekan. When you mention Simon, you mention Mazen Nandekan. That was how far the pressure was. Until when they activated their international conspiracy, which was also part by this SAC DOS. They were part of it to write petition against their own brother, their own. You know, during that time, Asana Dokubo came and said it now, that they wrote the petition and they sent a copy of the petition to Asana Dokubo to know you how this was sabotage and what their plan was. They wrote a petition and they went and submitted it to Asare Dokubo. That petition, the signature of the ex-wife of Mazen Nandekan was there. This Ike Guruag was there. And so many members of the DOS. Joseph and China Samoru, their signatures were there. They wrote a petition against the disciple of Mazen Nandekan who is standing in for him. And they sent the petition to Finland. Asare Dokubo said it on video. Many of you have seen the video. when individuals place personal recognition or interest above broader mission, organization can lose focus. That was when they lost it. They lost focus completely. Even while Mazen Nalikan was telling them, unite the people, focus on the mission, focus on the mission. Leave Mazen Simon alone. Focus on your own mission. Focus on the agitation. Leave. They did not. They lost focus completely. And of course, you know, Mazen Simon was the first person to cast vote of no confidence on them. With the whole Biafra, every one of us, we came and we cast vote of no confidence, and that was when they were gone completely. That was when they were declared gone and gone for good. And they began to operate completely with the governors. They marched with the Ohanes Nduhin and Dama, with the governors and politicians, and began to commit their evil. They conducted so many false flags against Master Simon. They were openly working with the governors. It is no longer secret. They were doing it openly. They formed their own security outfit to blackmail the Liberation Army, the ESN. When individuals place personal recognition or interest above broader mission, organization can lose focus. That was what happened to the IPOB under Chikedozie. They ended up in turning the IPOB to a political pressure group of the Nigerian politicians. This does not mean that every disagreement is harmful. Constructive debates can strengthen organization. Constructive debates can strengthen organization. But unresolved internal conflict can make it harder to pursue shared goals effectively. This is where the new HOG comes in. This is where I want to speak to the new HOD. Regardless of what has happened, the difference, I thank Chuks for his message he sent out, the opening speech. It was amazing and wonderful. I applaud him. Every one of us, we are ready to support him. We are ready to listen to him. We are ready to work with him. But even though we might have disagreement or we had disagreement on differences before, every disagreement is not harmful. There should be room for constructive debate, because constructive debate can strengthen organization. Constructive debate can strengthen us more as Biafrans, regardless the region, regardless the mushroom group. There is no doubt that IPOB is our foundation. That is our ground. That is our anobi. That is where all of us belong. It's just like in a family where you have your family house, the anobi. During December, everybody comes back in the family house. After Christmas period or celebration period, people go back to their base, pursue their career and do their business. And the holiday, everybody in December comes. Our home is IPOB. No transfer, no leave. We can disagree. We can have different opinions. We can have different ideas on where to take. We can have different things to do. Disagreement is not harmful. Constructive debate can strengthen organization. That's why we must encourage, our new HOD must encourage constructive debate. That only can strengthen us the more. And also focus on the unresolved internal conflicts. There are many unresolved internal conflicts, more especially the ill treatment of Master Simon Ekpa by the ex-DOF. The ill treatment of Master Simon Ekpa, the insult on the Prime Minister of Biafra, the betrayal, it must be addressed. Master Prophet have spoken about this issue. I stand with Master Prophet 100%. He has addressed it. And we need the HOD to make a move on that. It is not just saying, make a move on that. Because that is an unresolved internal conflict. it can make it harder to pursue shared goal effectively. The issue of the blackmail against Master Simon Ekpa, the propaganda against Master Simon Ekpa, the betrayal of the FDOS using the name of IPOB against Master Simon Ekpa. All those evil must be corrected and addressed openly. It is important. Very, very important. And that is where we want to see the test of the new HOD, his ability to unite, his ability to make things happen. That is where his test is going to come. And I strongly believe, by the grace of Chuks, with the anointing flowing from Mazen Nandekano, something positive is going to happen. I have no doubt. I have no doubt that something positive is going to happen. This lesson is not unique to one movement or region. Similar patterns have been discussed in relation to political organizations, civil rights organizations, business, charities, faith foundation, government around the world. So what these issues we are pointing out is not just applicable to Biafra agitation alone. It's not just applicable to Biafra movement alone. It occurs in many political organizations, civil rights campaigns, businesses, charities, faith communities. And that is where we draw our lessons to solve our own problem. So today, I invite you to consider a simple question wherever you are. Every one of us, I invite you to consider a simple question. And that question is, what qualities help organizations remain effective and true to their stated value over time? This is a question for every single one of us. Answer it independently in your mind. Answer this question independently in your mind. What qualities help organizations remain effective and true to their stated value over time? That question is worth thinking about, regardless of one's political view. Every one of us, regardless the group you belong, whether you are in group A, C, B, no matter the title you carry, whatever you call your name, whatever you call yourself, okay. But I want us to meditate over this question. Every single one of us at Biafra, I want us to independently look into this question, answer it from head to toe, big, small, young and old, leaders and followers. What qualities help organizations remain effective and true to their stated value over time? The first issue I would like to discuss. The first issue I would like to discuss is self-destruction. Self-destruction. Self-destruction really begins with a dramatic event, like we are seeing in the struggle today. Self-destruction really begins with a dramatic event. More often, it develops gradually. It develops gradually. Self-destruct, it develops gradually, like we are seeing today. It may begin when trust starts to erode. Self-destruction can begin when trust starts to erode. When people stop listening to one another. As an individual, when we stop listening to one another, we are heading to self-destruction. When disagreements become personal instead of focusing on ideas. This is very important. When disagreements become personal instead of focusing on ideas, you head to self-destruct. Just like the disagreement we are having today. You are seeing disagreement in IPOB, in the struggle. In IPOB today, the disagreement we are seeing, this Department of Saboteur, the ex-DOS, they have taken it to a different level. They have gone personal to Mazen Nandekano. They went personal to private life of Mazen Nandekano. They went personal to personality to that of Mazen Nandekano. The problem is not that they disagree with modalities or whatever. You can disagree. It doesn't. There's no problem in disagreement. Disagreement is normal. When disagreement becomes personal, instead of focusing on ideas, it leads to self-destruction. And that is where they are today. Self-destruct is what they have done to themselves, and they are gone and gone for good. Never irredeemable. This time, it is not. Their intention was to self-destroy the agitation. That was their plan. But today, they have ended up in destroying themselves. That is what they did. And they can never rise again. Never, ever. Once Mazen Nandekano put a stamp on you, you are gone and you're gone. You're not coming back. When disagreement becomes personal instead of focusing on ideas, it is nothing but self-destruction. That's what follows. When criticism becomes hostility, like one of their members, the woman with punk, he says somebody cannot criticize my husband. Why somebody cannot criticize? What you are doing is not criticism. It is not criticism. You are hostile to Martin Nandikan. What you are saying is hostility. And when criticism becomes hostility, that is self-destruct. So many of them you say, you can't criticize Martin Nandikan. Oh, so somebody cannot criticize Martin Nandikan. What you are doing is not criticism. Constructive criticism is part of life. It's part of the whole success. It's part of the process. Not hostility. What we see that is coming from the ex-DOS today is hostility, not criticism. And when criticism becomes hostility, self-destruction follows. It's important we explain this so that people will understand. When cooperation gives way to competition, when cooperation gives way to competition, instead of cooperation, at the time that Mazen Nandekano needed them most, at the time that Biafra needed them most, they were busy competing with the supreme leader of IPOB, who gives order and who does not give order. They are challenging the order of Mazen Nandekano. That is one thing Mazen Nandekano never did. Mazen Nandekano have always made himself clear. Even when he said he would not listen to Mazen Nandekano in prison, there was a caveat. He put a caveat that as long as Mazen Nandekano is in detention in that DSS, that is wired and monitored, that it is his own responsibility to free his leader. He still called him his leader. He only said specifically in terms of that very seat at home that even if it is Mazen Nandekano that said it, he can say it under duress. A man facing such huge challenge can say anything, but it's left for you that is supposed to defend him to do the right thing. Even go to extreme to see that you bring him out. Every time Mazen Nandekano, Simon Ekpa made that statement, he put a caveat. Because some of them today, they will try to compare it with what that Mazen Nandekano did to obey him and all this one. It was a lie. Mazen Nandekano cooperated with Mazen Nandekano at every level. He cooperated at every level. Every instruction that came to him from Mazen Nandekano, he obeyed. Every instruction he obeyed, except for the one that was meant to mount pressure on the Nigerian government to release Mazen Nandekano. And he made it clear. Pressure, on the continuous pressure until Mazen Nandekano is released. When cooperation gives way to competition, self-destruction comes. And that is what we saw with the Department of Sabotua. They left cooperation. There was no cooperation anymore. They were going on competition. And the same thing is also happening to Master Simon Ekpa. There are some people under Simon Ekpa, they are competing with him instead of cooperating with him. Today, there are people competing with Master Simon Ekpa instead of cooperation. They flouted his order. They left his structure. They do not obey him. They don't even listen to him. They do not reach out to him. They are busy positioning themselves, flagging themselves as the new Messiah, even when they have nothing to offer. Biafrans can see. People who are genuine can see. Those that are mentally sound. I'm not talking about those who have the group mentality. Those that have group mentality can never, ever see the difference. Those ones that have group mentality, that can't think independently on their own, there is nothing you can do to revive them. They can never see the difference. But those that have independent mind, that can think independently, that can have critical thinking, they know that these people have nothing to offer. But yet, instead of cooperating with the man that has the template, they are competing with him. You are competing with your maker. The same way some idiots are competing with our supreme leader, Master Nandekam. Some are competing with Master Simon Ekpa. Even when they know they are nowhere close. Where does that lead? Self-destruction. Self-destruct. Whether you intentionally or unintentionally want to destroy Biafra, what is leading to is self-destruct. But I bet you at the end of the day, you are the one that's going to be destroyed, not Biafra agitation. Biafra agitation is indestructible. This pattern has been observed in many different organizations throughout history. It is not just with the Biafra agitation. In many, many organizations throughout history, these same templates have played out. Healthy organizations usually find way to manage disagreement while maintaining respect for one another and keeping sight for their shared objectives. This is what I have been crying for all my day in this agitation. More especially since my sister Maneba have been kidnapped. I have been advocating for, trying as much as possible to advocate for unity. That we should manage our disagreements, no matter what it is. It is give and take. Don't say it must be the way you said it. That no human being we accept must. Even your own child that he gave back to you, you can't tell him you must. Once you use it, you've lost that child. You've lost that child. It's a question of time. You lose that child. You don't force anybody to be. Chuks that created us never forced us to do anything. He gave us that freedom. Every one of us have that freedom to express ourselves, to do things at our own time, at our own will. Even though he has the power, he has the authority to make you obey him by fire, by force. But he didn't. So how much more you that he created, you want to force your fellow mortal to do something by force? Even your slave, to an extent, the slave, the rebel. Even a slave rebel, to an extent. So, healthy organizations usually find way to manage disagreement while maintaining respect for one another. And this is where I want the HOD to pay attention. The new HOD, pay attention. You must pay attention to managing disagreement. Managing disagreement while maintaining respect for one another. It is not about who is superior. It is not about which group is superior and which group is not superior. Every one of us is important. We have a role to play. Just like the way Mazen Nandekan is handling issues. Look at Mazen Nandekan working with AFI, working with ambassadors of self-determination, working with the Rising Sun. Without any antagonism, without any feeling superiority, without it, working with them closely. We expect to see the same way being used to manage disagreements by the new HOD. And I believe that Chuks will give him that wisdom to put us back to where we belong. And IPOB, that is where all of us belong. That is our foundation. You can have your own mushroom group. I've explained it time and time again. Like those ones, they deceive and tell you that IPOB is just an organization. They belittle IPOB to be just an organization. That is a word from an idiot, a word from a scammer, a word from a Confucianist. When anybody comes to say that, it is a word for those who are scared, who for one reason or another think they cannot be relevant. If we go back to where we are, IPOB is not just an organization, it is our family. That's what it is. Don't belittle it to just an organization. It is our family where every one of us belong. It is our family. You can be in your mushroom group. You can be in any group you are. You can be anywhere. But our collective interest should be one. Wherever you belong, let the interest be the restoration of Biafra. And I want you to ask those that will come and confuse you and tell you IPOB is just an organization. Ask them, please, can you give me your own registration? Show me your own registration. Are you registered as a nation, a country, or what? That's the question you ask them. When they come to preach and say, oh, IPOB is just an organization, don't support them. Why do you have to go back to an organization? Ask them, please, bring the registration of your own mushroom group. Let me see. If you bring your own organization and I see it registered as a country or a nation, only then. If you don't see me join you next time, don't listen to me. But today, they use that language to deceive some people. They will tell you, oh, IPOB is just an organization. You don't have to be, because they are afraid. Once you realize your origin where you are, they cannot confuse you anymore. They cannot be taking away your rights. They cannot be stealing from you anymore. You will begin to see them for whom they are. You begin to find their fault. You see their fault before your own eyes. You begin to see the reality. They tell you, IPOB. Today, IPOB is the only name that has gone into a parliament in the whole world. Only name that's been discussing Biafran restoration in a parliament today is IPOB, led by our beloved sister Rachel. Our sister Rachel in Israel parliament in Knesset. The name that is making wave in the parliament, that we have seen lawmakers in the in Israel signing signatures for Biafra discussion. Only in Israel. And it is IPOB. It is the name IPOB, no other name. That is where that is our foundation. So when somebody begins to belittle it and tell you he's just it's an idiot. Anybody that says that's an idiot. Because when they say it, oh, IPOB is an organization, they just want to belittle it to make you walk. IPOB is our family. But at the same time, Mansen Nnamdi Kanu did not tell you to close all the groups. No. Focus on the unity of purpose. Every time Mansen Nnamdi Kanu send message, he will say IPOB, he will mention Avid, mention Rising Sun, mention Ambassador of Self-Development, and you say all other groups, we are one. He extends greetings to everybody. He didn't tell you to fold your own and anything you know you can do to bring Biafra, do it. But let it be not be out of envy, jealousy, greed, personal gratification. Because if you do, out of greed, envy, and jealousy, it now becomes self-destruct. And that is our message today. Healthy organization usually find way to manage disagreement while maintaining respect for one another and keeping sight of their shared objectives. We, the Biafran, we have shared objectives. Every one of us. What is our objectives? Self-determination. Total independence for the people of Biafra. That is what every one of us is looking for. In all the mushroom group we are forming, in all the groups, It is all about self-determination. Self-determination. Don't ever forget that. Wherever you go and you see that it is about pursuing position, you see that it's about exalting one person or the other. You see it's about personal ambition. Run for your life and look for somewhere where Biafra is pursued. The second issue that we discuss is self-gratification. Self-gratification. Leadership experts often distinguish between leadership that prioritizes personal status and leadership that prioritizes service. Did you understand that? Leadership experts often distinguish between leadership that prioritizes personal status, leadership that what they care is about themselves, like what you see in this Department of Support today. The one that called Michinas and Woolworth, the one that is called Chikedozium. What they prioritize, and all the Chihuahuas that you see them when they talk, they will say, "Oh, Chikedozium is their leader." Oh, Chikedozium, announcing prioritizing personal status. They are always prioritizing personal. Oh, under Chikedozium, oh, under Chikedozium, oh, under Chikedozium, everything. They prioritize personal status. The same thing, there are some people under Master Simon. Before they talk with you, they will put a name on top. Before they call, they put a name. They will put a name, this one. They will put this name. They are prioritizing personal status. You see them everywhere. This is something that Master Nankan did not do. Master Simon didn't do it. Master Simon, even when people were pushing him to take over and become the leader, he said, no, the supreme leader of IPOB, Master Nankan, is my leader. Master Simon said it over and over. Instead, he took the position of a disciple. He took the position, he brought himself low, took the position of a disciple. The prime minister he took was a position to make sure that the Biafran government is run appropriately. It is not for gratification. It is not, he was not prioritizing his personal status, no. It was needed at that time to run the Biafran government. That's why he took prime minister. Prime minister was not, wasn't a title to gratify himself or to make himself different from others, no. Because he has taken the lowest of the lowest position. Followership. Disciple, that is what he addressed himself as. And every time he repeats, Master Nankan is my leader. Master Nankan is my leader. He didn't say the secret. So when you have leadership, those ones who are in leadership now, in all those mushroom groups you are seeing right, left, and center, and when you see them, they prioritize personal status. They always advertise themselves. And they push some chihuahuas to begin to advertise them. They push some bunch of chihuahuas who doesn't even know their right and left, who doesn't even know what organization means, what the priority of the organization is. They push them to begin to advertise them. And some of them will come to my platform. They want to educate me on what to say and what not to say. Some bunch of clowns who doesn't know their right, left, and center. Sometimes they come to my platform to educate me on what to say. And they want me to mention some names that don't want mentioning. Even when I have explained it, I said the only name that is in my mouth that can be mentioned and promoted in this platform today is our supreme leader, Master Nankan and Master. They are the one that have won my heart. Not because somebody told me to talk about it, not because they told me to do so. I am doing so because of what I have seen. The impact of their leadership in my own life. That is why I put them forward at every given point in time. And I will not stop. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. But some of you are focusing on leadership. People who go to leader, who prioritize personal status. Than prioritizing service. They don't even prioritize service. They are supposed to prioritize service. You are supposed to promote leadership that prioritize service. They are your servants. Those who have offered themselves as servants. Service. Just like Mazen Nandekam. Since all his life I've known him, he's on service, serving Biafra. Going in and outside of prison, running together, preaching twice a day, 3 times a day, 4 times a day. The same thing Mazen Simon Ever. Today he's in prison. Why he was outside? You saw attack from him, traveling from here and there, moving here and there. Broadcasting 3 times, 4 times every day, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. Holding meetings, stay down, no sleep. It was all about service. It was all about service. You will see their service with your own eyes. I don't need to tell you, I don't need to dictate it, I don't need to put it in, they don't need to tell you. You will see it with your own eyes. Service. Leadership experts distinguish between leadership that prioritize personal status and leadership that prioritize service. Many respected leaders have emphasized that leadership is fundamental about responsibility rather than privilege. Leadership is about responsibility rather than privilege. That's what leadership is about. But some of us think it's a privilege. Leadership is fundamentally about responsibility. Responsibility. It is not just to carry that title, I'm a leader. It's not just to go and sit and cover people. You block everybody, command and control. No. It is about responsibility. You see how Mazen Nando Kukan is carrying responsibility for Biafra for the past 10 years, more than 10 years, in and out of detention. And he never hands up. He has never surrendered. That's the man some idiot will tell you that he has sold out. And some people are listening to them. This is a man, they are telling you that he sold out. For the past more than 10 years, facing the court section and detentions of Nigeria. Look at Mazen Simon Eber. He lost his career completely in Finland, abandoned his political career. He removed his hand from political career. He kept it aside. He folded it and kept it aside and focused on Biafra. He lost everything. Mazen Simon Eber lost everything. The only life he had was Biafra. And yet, he didn't surrender when they took him. Up to that to speak, he still pursuing the Biafra. He never hands up. His responsibility, taking responsibility. Mazen Simon surrendered his opportunities in Finland. The position of Mazen Simon, he can become the president of Finland tomorrow. He has served as a councillor. He has served as a councillor. He's in a winning party. He can run for the highest office in Finland tomorrow, but he abandoned it. He removed himself completely from their politics and focused on the Biafra agitation. Responsibility. He carried the responsibility on his shoulder, no matter how heavy it is. That is what leadership is. It is not a privilege. It is not just a privilege. No, it's not a privilege. It's not about the title. But what we see today is this bunch of clowns and idiots that are attacking Mazen Nandekam, attacking Mazen Simon Eber, causing confusion, like you said. They think it's a privilege. This perspective encourages leaders to ask questions such as, are decisions serving the mission? For those who are claiming to be leaders, this one is a message for leaders, including our HOD, our new HOD. The message is to him also. And these are questions that you will be asking why you are leading, why you are there. Are decisions serving the mission? That is the question that the people that are in leadership are supposed to ask themselves before you do anything, before you take a decision. You ask yourself, are decisions serving the mission. The decision you are taking, that decision you are making, that decision you are about to make, is this serving the mission? This is a question you need to ask yourself. Everyone that is leading in this struggle, both the new appointed and those who are claiming to lead, are your decisions serving the mission? Are they benefiting the people, the organization you are supposed to serve? Those decisions, what you are doing, what you are saying, are they benefiting the people the organization exists to serve? These are questions you ask yourself before you take an action. I said in this message, it has everything to also do with our new HOD. Before you take a decision, you think within yourself, are they benefiting the people the organization exists to serve? These are questions that every responsible leader asks before they do anything, before they take action, before they make any decision. Are they consistent with the value the organization have publicly committed to? This is a question you ask yourself. Before you take any decision, before you take any action, before you bring anything, you ask yourself, are they consistent? The decision you're about to make, the suggestion you're about to make, what you are supposed to, you want to bring up now, are they consistent with the value the organization has publicly committed to do? This question can help organizations maintain credibility and public trust. This message is for our leaders, those who are in leadership position. And if you answer these questions right, these questions can help organizations maintain credibility and public trust. That is why every leader must ask this question and answer it before they carry out any mission or do anything. Very important. The third issue I want us to discuss is personal interest. The third issue is personal interest. Every organization includes individuals with different experiences, talents, and perspectives. Always understand that. That every organization includes individuals with different experiences, different talents, and different perspectives. That diversity can be a strength. The diversity can be a strength. The different talents, the different experiences, the different perspectives can be a strength. However, challenges can arise if personal priorities consistently outweighs agreed organizational goals. That is where the problem comes. That is where we are having problem. Where people put their own personal interests ahead of the organizational goal. So many people, their interests above organizational goals. If you do not allow them to take certain decisions, whatever you are saying is not going to work. And we see that a lot today. You see many people in the media shouting and talking. Everything you speak about Biafra agitation, they condemn it. They condemn everybody, whatever you present on the table, they will look at it, they will find a negative things on it. Whatever you put on the table, they must see negativity in it. Simply because they are not on the table to present anything. And the funniest thing is that this set of people has nothing to present. They are not mentally sound enough to think out an idea or something to do. But yet, when somebody spends his or her time to bring out an idea, you attack it, you destroy it, you speak ill of it, simply because it's not coming from you. That is evil. Just like in the case of Master Simon Ekpa. Master Simon Ekpa is going to come to court on the 5th of August. And the case is going to last from the 5th to the 21st. And every genuine Biafran, we have been shouting and talking for Biafrans to continue to support in any way they can, to see that our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, is adequately represented in the court. Adequately represented. It doesn't matter what you do. Whatever you can do to see that he's adequately represented, do it. And we want to know what it is. We don't want underground work. Those who work underground are the ones today calling for the death of Martin Nandika. We don't want underground. Tell us what you are doing for the freedom of our Samuel. We have seen people who are organizing an international lawyer. The lawyer has visited Martin Samuel, and Martin Samuel gave the approval to the lawyer to go on. And you see some people attacking the same lawyer simply because instructions from the lawyer is not coming through them. They are not the mouthpiece of the lawyer. The lawyer is not coming through their direction. And for that, they distance themselves and they condemn everything that happened, even though they know that this lawyer has visited myself and someone gave approval. The least you can do, even if you don't want to support financially, morally, prayerfully, keep silent and pretend you are not seeing it. Why do you need to attack it? Why do you attack initiative that is meant to help the man you claim to love? Why do you attack it? Why do you discourage people from supporting the same man that we are crying that he must be properly represented? And people made an effort to look for a means to make sure he's properly represented. You are not happy. You are attacking it. Why? Why are you doing that? You are doing that because you are evil. You are doing that because we are heartless. Some are attacking the protest that was supposed to be made to support Master Simon, to put pressure on Finland government to know that Master Simon was not working for himself, he was working for people. The least you could do is to support that protest. Even if you cannot go, encourage people to go. But some groups are attacking that protest simply because the initiative did not come from them. Because they were not the one that initiated the protest. They condemn it, they destroy it, they speak ill of it. And yet, they have no plan. They have no idea. They are presenting nothing at all on the table. When you ask them, what do you have on the table? Nothing, they have nothing. And yet, they could not support the collective idea of the people that is meant to set free the man they claim to love. Every organization includes individuals with different experience, talents, and perspectives. That diversity can be a strength. But however, challenges can arise if personal priority consistently outweighs agreed organization goal. Personal interest. That's the demon we are fighting in this struggle today. In all the organizations, in the IPOB, the demon we are fighting today is personal interest. People who are putting their own personal priority ahead of organizational goal. That is the danger we are facing today. Many governance experts recommend transparency, accountability, clear decision-making process as a way to reduce such risk. Did you hear that? The way to reduce the risk of this personal interest, personal priorities, the way to reduce it is by transparency. Be transparent in what you are doing. Don't tell us you are working on the ground. Do not tell us you are working on the ground. Show us what you are doing. Transparency, accountability. Be accountable to the people. And clear decision-making process. Let us know, have a clear decision-making process. Let the whole world see it. Mazen Nandekano displayed that during his own time. Transparency in everything. Mazen Simon Eba, he was over-transparent. His own was excess. Everything he will do, before he do it, he will come and explain to you, and he tell you that he will do it, and you go ahead and do it. He doesn't hide anything. There was Mazen Simon Eba, you don't need to call him privately to know what he has in mind. He pour everything out. What he told in the private, he will come and say it in the public. Transparency. Accountability. We saw that in our supreme leader, and we saw it in our prime minister. Clear decision-making process. Very clear decision-making process as a way to reduce the risk of personal interest. Prioritizing personal interests ahead of agreed or national goal. History also provides examples of organizations that have demonstrated resilience despite significant adversity. Common characteristics often include clear values, accountability, respect internal dialogue, respecting internal dialogue, shared purpose, commitments to lawful and peaceful method. These characteristics do not guarantee success, but they are frequently identified as contributing factors to organizational stability, which is what we need now. Stability, organizational stability, we need it. And for us to achieve organizational stability, we need clear values, accountability, respectful internal dialogue, shared purpose, commitment to lawful and peaceful method. This message is important, and it has to do with every. I don't care the group if you don't go. I don't care where the title you hold. I don't care what you give to yourself. I have said it that when you come for my program, come with an open mind. Remove your group mentality from your heart. Come as an independent heart within your own self. Present your argument. Come as an independent person. Come with independent mind. Present your matter. If you disagree with me, feel free, send a request. Bring up your superior argument. Let's go with it. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to impose anything for you, on you. I'm not here to impose anything to cajole you or to muzzle you or no. If you have a superior argument, bring it on. As we continue this discussion, I encourage you to reflect on your own experience. Have you seen example where corporations help solve difficult problems? Include your own examples. You can include it in the comment section. If you want to share with us, you can come up and share with us. That is why we are here. That is why we are here, to learn and to understand each other. Have you seen example where cooperation help solve difficult problems? If you have, share with us. Have you seen situation where division made progress more difficult? I know you have. Share with us. Feel free to share your observation respectfully in the comment section. Remember that people can disagree while still treating one another with dignity. We can disagree, at the same time treat one another with dignity, not with hostility, not with insult. You're coming to my platform to abuse me, insult me, simply because I have my opinion. I didn't say the thing the way you want me to say it. I didn't mention the name you want me to mention. You come on my platform on the comment section and you write trash. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Just remember in your heart, each time you come here to attack, with the mindset of attacking, or with the mindset of disagreeing, or insulting or abusing, remember that people can disagree while still treating one another with dignity. And that is one thing some of us lack. We can disagree. We are bound to disagree. We are not, there's no chain that says we must agree in everything. We can disagree, but we must learn to treat each other with dignity. Wherever you are watching this program from, I want us to run up this program with the thoughts that apply broadly. Organizations are often strengthened when individuals combine conviction with humility. The Biafra agitation movements, whether IPOB or any other name you call yourself, we are all IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra. We can be more strengthened when we combine conviction, our conviction in Biafra, with humility. When we combine our conviction in the quest for Biafra, in Biafra self-determination, we combine conviction with humility, we will be more strengthened. We can move mountains. We can make changes. We can overcome the trials that is coming from right, left, and center. Commitment with accountability and determination with respect for others. Very important. Very important. Wherever you are watching this program from, if you have been patient and you have waited and gone this far, that means you are seeking for the truth. It means you are seeking. If you have been able to be patient up to this minute in this program, that means you are seeking for the truth. And I welcome you. And that truth you are seeking, you must find. A lot is happening, and more is going to happen in the days to come. Do not be discouraged. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, is going to join us very soon. He's going to join us very soon. And the lawyer, the international lawyer of our Prime Minister, is going to be appearing on the Zoom. The announcement have been made. So many of us have heard it. If you haven't heard the announcement, I did it yesterday. Let me see if I can be able to find, get it again and put it up there so that we can see the announcement that was made. I think it's on Sunday. On Sunday, the international lawyer of our Prime Minister is going to be hosted on a Zoom meeting, and every Biafran is advised to come. Those of you that have questions to ask, those of you that are not still yet convinced, and because you are not convinced, you have not contributed to the legal fee of that international lawyer for the freedom of Mazi Simon Ekpa, to make sure that Mazi Simon Ekpa is adequately represented. And this lawyer have already met with Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa gave approval for whatever is happening. But unfortunately, some people, out of greed, envy, and jealousy, for personal gratification, they are speaking against a mission that was sanctioned by the Prime Minister. So you, as an independent person, I have said it always, when you come here, come with an independent mind. Those of you that have your own independent mind to decide and think for yourself, make sure you are in this Zoom meeting. Make sure you are in this Zoom meeting so that you can ask your question directly to the lawyer. You can ask your question. Look at the Zoom. This is the flyer for the Zoom. Brigi Foreign Affairs. Invite Biafrans to a Zoom meeting. Question and answer. Topic: importance of returning Attorney Joseph Spears. The attorney is going to be there. Come there and ask your question. Date: Sunday, 19th July, 2026. Time: 7 p.m. Biafra time. 7 to 8 p.m. Biafra time. On Zoom. So the Zoom link is going to be spread. When the Zoom link comes out, we will still announce it and people will join the Zoom meeting. That is it. Attorney Joseph Spears, that is the name of the lawyer, the international lawyer that is going to be there for Mazi Simon Ekpa. Hopefully, he is going to be traveling to Finland within that time of the case. I have explained it before that his major work is not necessarily representing Mazi Simon Ekpa inside the court, but to protect Mazi Simon Ekpa from the outside, protect his right, through liaison with the Foreign Affairs Minister of Finland, liaison with the United Nations, liaison with the EU and the United States, to mount pressure that the right of Mazi Simon Ekpa must be respected. We don't want what happened in the lower court to happen again. In the lower court, where evidence against the accusers of Mazi Simon Ekpa was not admitted by the prosecutor. The prosecutor of Finland refused to admit evidence against the accusers of Mazi Simon Ekpa, and we cannot afford to allow that to happen again. Such pressure cannot be mounted from a Finnish lawyer. It needs an international lawyer to mount that pressure from outside. To torchlight Finland and let them know that the world is watching. You don't have to abuse anybody's right. They must obey the rule of law. And that is why this is being held. Come there and ask your question. Question and answer. Come there, ask your question. It's going to take place on Sunday. Keep the date. On Sunday, 19th July 2026. Time, 7 p.m. Biafran time. Be there and ask your question on Zoom. Maybe after then, you might be convinced to make a contribution and support the legal affair of Mazi Simon. It is very important. I have said it time and time again that the most important mission that we have today is to make sure that Mazi Simon Ekpa and our supreme leader, Martin Nankan, is released. Any other project apart from that is a waste of time. It's a waste of time and energy. Because you know that these people have the template for our freedom. They have the template of freedom. Their freedom is the freedom of Biafra. Without their presence, it is as good as doing nothing. That is why I have always advocated, channel your energy to their release. Channel your energy and your strength to their release. That is the only way to make difference wherever you are. And we will continue to do our part. Do not be discouraged. Do not be deceived. And don't allow anybody to confuse you. I have always advocated for people to have independent mind. Even as you come to my platform and you listen to my messages, to force it on you. You have the right to go back and listen over and over again, digest the information, and then take your decision, because at the end of the day, you will be responsible for your own decision, not me. The only thing I do here is to help you have a broader thought, is to help you see things from other perspectives. But some of you are just dependent on that your mushroom group. Whatever they say there, you don't even ask questions. They don't even give you the opportunity to ask questions. Whatever they say, you carry it and you run. You go with it, whether it is right or wrong. You run with the debates. The debates that you cannot even defend. Things that you can't defend, you run with it. So when you come to this platform, you will learn how to have an independent mind. Whatever I say, if you disagree with me, it is your right. You have the right to disagree or agree. You have the right to disagree. So in any area you disagree, you can come up and challenge whatever I said. Then bring your superior argument. Bring your superior argument. It's allowed. That is what I advocate for. And I hope Biafrans will continue to have an independent mind. May Chukwu continue to guide us, protect us, secure us, and teach us what to do at this interesting time. Biafra is closer today than it was yesterday. Take it to the bank. Biafra is close. There is nothing, no two ways about it. There was an audio that leaked. I forgot to bring the audio. Maybe in the evening I'm going to play the audio. Where one of our media warrior, most of you must know, Yosoji was talking with Soludo, where he was discussing with Soludo. And Soludo is there, was admitting that Nigeria is irredeemable. Yet, being a politician, you know they play their games. And when I listened to that very audio, I was able to pick up certain things in that audio. Where Soludo was talking with our brother Yosoji. And you can see that is how they reach out to many media people. Many people, they know that the media, they can stop. Those who have voice, they reach out to stop them. They reach out to stop them, to pay them and bribe them. But you see, he stood his ground. Today, he's still on the struggle and still talking. But if some of people that are talking, if they have that opportunity, they will take money, and before you know, they are talking nonsense. Like some of them today, whose only mission is to distract. Anything about Biafra, they attack it. What is your own decision, your own idea? No idea. If Group A bring idea, you don't like it. Group C bring idea, you don't like it. Group D bring idea, you don't like it. Group E bring idea, you don't like it. Man, they got to give a direction for the decision, you don't like it. Or you bring your own lesson, nothing, empty brain. And yet, some of us find it difficult to understand that these people are working for someone. I pity those who still listen to those sort of idiots, you know? Just like somebody was challenging me yesterday that in my program, only 4 people were watching. I told him I'm not having my live stream for crowd. My live stream is for those who are seeking for answers. My live stream is for those who want to engage in constructive argument. Feel free. Engage me. It is for everybody, whether IPOB member or even a one Nigerian. Even if you're one Nigerian, you have to come here. It is not meant for everybody. This is not a place to crack joke. My life stream is not for joke. When I start, I end it, and I go. I'm not here to do comedy. I am not a content creator. If I want to create content to attract people, I have been on the media for decades. So I know how to bring crowd. I know what to say. I know the title to use. I know the topic to discuss, and crowd will come. But I'm not here for crowd, because this is about human life. Many lives have gone because of this. Many lives have gone. I can't use it to create content. Many lives have gone. I wouldn't use it for joke. When I came, I didn't come for, if I want to be a content creator, I open another platform and begin to create content there. But where I stand is for you. If I come, even if only one person watching, even if it's only one person, that same message I had, I will deliver it. At the end of the day, Chukwu knows how to spread the message. Those who are ready will listen to it. Those who the message is meant for, it to get to them. So I don't care whether if it's one person watching me or 2 people watching. Anytime I come, according to my time I used to broadcast, once I have that free time to come, I speak and I move. I go. I am playing my own part. And everything I say, internet never forgets. It's a popular saying. It should be on record, even if I'm not here tomorrow. Even if I'm not here tomorrow, history will remember whatever I've said. If I'm on the right path or the wrong path, history will judge every one of us. I pray that Chukwu will continue to guide us, continue to protect us, continue to lead us to the right path, and give us that understanding and knowledge to do the right thing at all times. So before we end the program, we are going to go to their media, as always. Let's go and see what they have in their media. You know, as always, we go to their media, then to use their media to confirm the failed state Nigeria that is not what for human being to be in. So before we go to the media, let's just have a quick break and then we go to their media to see what they have in their zoological public media.
Don't follow for Gota, oh. Them say Tinubu don't follow for Gota, oh. Tinubu don't follow for Gota, oh. They want to take it, that's the top of our head, oh. Senate house fall and the criminals, concrete military fall and the terrorists, injustice, on Photoshop forget love for inside God. Kangaroo Republic at the government, Abubakar Malami don't fall for Gota, oh. Him and GFCC put leg for shit. Them say Sheikh Kukumi don't fall for Gota, oh. Because Donald Trump don't come to Machamo. He go matching Boko boys, matching terrorists. As the government knows the way for kidnapping to stop. I make it don't fall for Gota, oh. They make Nigerians see one die for suffer, matching terrorists.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for patience. And we are going to go to the Zoological Republic media. Let's see what they have in their media. From their media report, we can be able to know what they have and how to be able to tackle some of those their lies. So as I always tell you that our land is still under occupation by Nigeria. Nigeria, they are still the one running affairs in our land. Biafra. Today, Nigeria is still in charge of our territory. So until they leave, we will continue to monitor and follow everything that is happening in that contraption. It still concerns us. You cannot take your way from what is happening in that Zoological Republic because as it stands today, we are still part of that entity. We have not gotten our sovereignty yet. We have not gotten our independence. So we need to pay attention in every single thing that happens. Don't try. I remember I tell you that I live in reality. When I talk about our struggle, I talk about reality, not a wishful thinking, not a hope. That is why when I speak about reality, not in hope, not in dreams. There is nothing wrong in having hope. Every one of us have hope that we can wake up one day and, oh, Biafra is clear. We are back home. We have that hope. We have that dream that one day is going to happen. But at the same time, there is a reality that is facing us. We must focus on that reality in order to be able to stand until when our dream is fulfilled. And the reality today is that our land is still under occupation. The occupying forces of Nigeria are in charge of our territory. And until we set them out, we will continue to look into what is happening there to be able to position ourselves properly. So the first one we are seeing here is, it says, Tinubu is mortally afraid of my growing popularity. Showore says, politics driving DSS prosecution. Showore, keep on doing what you are doing, what you believe. I don't have a problem with you. You believe you can make the change from the inside. If you do it, fine. If you can't, we have a different opinion for us. Ending the contraction called Nigeria is where we are. And until then, until it's ended, nothing is going to work. And I tell people, it is easier to break up Nigeria than for you to say you want to amend it. There's nothing you can amend. The amendment you have started from independence to today, more than 60 years. I don't know why people think it's possible. But all the same, Showore has followed his path. Let him continue to pray that he succeed. Nigerian philosophy, Nigerian Physiotherapy Society says, let Mary Habila, not listed as registered physiotherapist, contradicts Umahi. This Umahi would scandal. This David Umahi is a devil. This David Umahi is a murderer. From governorship to the position he has been attached to so many murder cases. This man has been involved in so many murder cases. He has taken so many lives. And everyone he escaped. Until one day, monkey will go to market, he will not return. Look at it. Nigeria Physiotherapy Society says, let Mary Habila, not listed, registered physiotherapist. And that contradicts Umahi, because Umahi told us that the girl is a physiotherapist, but they say she's not registered. That is it. What is he hiding? They can't investigate it. It is Nigeria. He will steadily go free until one day you will take the blood of an innocent that can never stay quiet. Kwara police foil alleged kidnapping plot, arrest 2 Togolese nationals, over 22 million extortion demand. So Togo people don't they who kidnap. Since Nigeria is a kidnapping zone where kidnapping is a easier way to make money, neighboring countries will come to make their money in kidnapping Nigeria. You see how neighboring countries are now coming to Nigeria to kidnap. Kwara police foil alleged kidnapping plot, arrest 2 Togolese nationals, over 22 million extortion demand. When I don't teach them now, they will know it better than you. Southern Kaduna Group urges Mary Habila's family to allow autopsy, seek justice over death at Minister Umahi's house. I don't know why a family will say they don't want autopsy for their daughter. The only reason they will not want autopsy for their daughter is because they have been threatened or they are bought over. Because we know this state of mind. What he did to the woman who accused him later. He knows how to go get it, how to manipulate. These are people that believe that money can buy anything until you take the blood of the sect. Then and then you will understand that it's not any blood they can throw away and go free. Breaking. Family postponed burial of Mary Habila, found dead at Minister Umahi residence amid ongoing autopsy dispute. No need to conduct autopsy. It is very, very necessary. Conduct autopsy. Conduct autopsy. That's, the spirit of that girl will not allow you to rest. Article Media Office accuses Tinubu of interfering in NBA election. Call it test run for rigging 2029 polls. Test run. Poll where they don't rig since. This is how they make noise and make noise. And the evil will continue. Tinubu chief of staff, Jamila, sued Adeyemi for 15 billion over alleged 27.3 billion kickback bribery claims. Nonsense. Nonsense and ingredient. Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. Now your government, Tinubu and Jamila is the same person. You can't take them to court and win them. So they will just buy that man in detention. That's it. Mystery deepens as Habila's father rejects autopsy, says family won't cooperate with probe into death at Umahi house. Imagine that the family say they don't want autopsy. Nothing person no go here. In a third country, it is the responsibility of the government to take it, even without the consent of the family. This is a state case. Murder case. It's a state case. It is not, you don't have to take permission from the family to conduct autopsy. That is why organized society is good. This is the difference between foreign countries and Western countries and what you are doing in Africa. Somebody was murdered, and the family is telling you they cannot conduct autopsy. You are taking permission to conduct autopsy. And the father is telling you cannot. If you cooperate, it's up to you. But the government of the day is supposed to know why their citizen died. What killed him? In foreign countries, every life that is lost is investigated. You can't just come and say somebody died. Even your own child, you give birth to a newborn baby. Maybe a woman was giving birth to a newborn baby, and that child, they will investigate what happened. Even a newborn child died in the hand of the parents. I saw one of them that the parents were invited by the police. The parents were invited. The child died, was sick and died, and they went and buried the child without going to the hospital to go and get a death certificate. They were almost sent to jail. They escaped. And those people were Nigerians. They thought it is in Nigeria. Their little child died. Instead of going to get a death certificate for the child, they went and buried the little child. It's a small child. They went and buried it. And when the report get to the police, abroad. They went and arrested. They invited the family. They sent a letter. They got the hint that they wanted to come arrest them, and they escaped. They ran back to Nigeria. Look at a matured lady. And what they are writing, mystery defense as Habila's father reject autopsy. Same family won't cooperate with probe into death at Umahi's house. Imagine. The only thing that is happening here is that the criminal have paid them off. He has paid them, he has bribed the family, bribed them and given them money, so they don't care anymore. Because Nigeria, poverty has been weaponized. Poverty has been weaponized. Now, people can do anything. Haven't you heard the news of people selling their children for money? People said give birth to children and they sell them for money. How much more? This one. Senate confirmed ex-Fourier Vice Chancellor Fasina as non-career ambassador despite sexual harassment allegation. That is Nigeria for you. That is Nigeria. If you are a criminal, that is when you get appointed. If you're not a criminal in Nigeria, you can get appointment. The easiest way to be appointed in any position in Nigeria is to be a criminal. Once you have a criminal mindset, you are a criminal, then be sure you'll be appointed. Former Miss Universe Nigeria Chidimma Adeshina appeared in South African court to fight deportation after arrest. How do you? South Africa. Make una leave that South Africa for them, or leave that useless country. Let them be in their apartheid country. And when the time will come, very soon, time will come when they will cry. Leave them and come home. Nigerian Army raid criminal hideout in Lagos. Arrest 24 foreign nationals from Cameroon, Togo, others. This is what they do, distraction. They will not go and arrest the Fulani terrorists that are causing havoc everywhere. Now they face foreign nationals. Now they are facing foreign nationals. They say criminal hideout. And they carry their echo line, carry their bags, through their bags, all their bags there they carry. You arrest criminals just to distract the world and let people know as if they are doing something. Meanwhile, the Fulanis are running rampage across the whole place. Mad people. 2 APC members confirmed killed in Osun as party alleges Governor Adeleke's talk behind attack. You never see anything. The election never reach you, they don't start to fight each other. Well, Nigerian police confirmed new 100% exit benefit scheme for retiring treasury funded workers. Nonsense. Mad people. State police bill. Nigerian won't accept anything less than transparent, evidence-based reform. RULAC wants NASS. Oh, now talk, grammar. You speak grammar, you talk and you move. Idoma Association in Diaspora. Tinubu government to stop decades-long massacre in Benue community. He will not stop it. He will not stop it. That one is part of the agreement he reached before he became a president. Shetima's final text by Azu Ishepere. Appeal Court reverses Federal High Court's judgment nullifying INEC's 2027 electoral guidelines. Nonsense. Just drama. Nonsense everywhere. Court orders Nigerian Army to pay $2 million for wrongfully arresting labeling man as suicide bomber coordinator. Oh God, this people, not a way president will speak for Nigeria. Court orders Nigerian Army to pay $2 million for wrongfully arresting labeling man as suicide bomber coordinators. Suicide bomber coordinators. That is how they label people every day now. Even this man won the thing, they will pay him. They will pay him anything. That is how they label people every day. Go to their innocent people are killed there. Suspend Minister Umahi now over Mary Haviland's death. Tinubu demand independent probe. For where? They will not. I say until Umahi will take the blood that was taken. This is not the first time Umahi is taking life. This is not the first time. And every time he walks away. Osun election, APC campaign asked DSS police to find killers of party supporters. Alleged state governor backstalks. Nonsense. Man, people everywhere. Alleged 15.6 billion fraud Court adjourned trial of defunct Sky Bank Board Chairman Tunde Ayeni Dohin. Alleged 3.1 billion fraud. Benue ex-governor Suswan absence over ill-health delay court case. Fraud. There's no day you read their news, you will not hear about their government fraud, terrorist insecurity. That's all they have. Nothing. You can't see any celebration of achievement or there is no celebration of moving forward or success in their news. Only backward fraud. That's what you see. Suspected ISWAP informant arrested in Borno, confessing to leading terrorists to deadly Gubio targets. Nonsense and ingredient. The suspected ISWAP. Nonsense. That's the guy, the ISWAP man who confessed to them. Nonsense. Who know where they get this one? Who know where they carry this one? Won't use do propaganda. Mad people everywhere. They are. Mary Habila's colleague says she was found lifeless inside locked room in Minister Omahe's house after overnight stay. Imagine. Omahe don't go rape. Omahe, they have been accusing that man of raping women every time. People think they're a lie. This one now, the person don't buy for the house. We will see how it will end. Of course, it is Nigeria. Absence of ex-governor Emefiele lawyer called Naira redesign trial. Serve the zoo and come back in shame. Look at Emefiele that Buhari used to steal. Buhari and his group used to steal money. Use them to steal money in bank. Today, he's one facing court every day. Nonsense. My husband was not among those freed. Widow of teacher killed in Oriri abduction. Begs Governor Makinde to recover costs, support 3 children. See? They didn't even bring the cops home. Look at the man. God have mercy. God have mercy. Mary Habila was like daughter to me. Nonsense. Bunch of idiot. What will you say? Like daughter for you. Mary Habila was like daughter to me. Works Minister Omahe. Mary Habila was like daughter to me. Works Minister Omahe denies foul play in woman's death at Ebonyi residence. Insists autopsy must hold. Nonsense. Nonsense. U.S. President Donald Trump to attend World Cup final in New York Stadium on Sunday. Hey, World Cup on Sunday, that final, I watch them all this while. I didn't watch any of the match. I'm just following the score. I didn't watch the match. I think that final, I need to watch it. It's going to be interesting. Messi versus Neymar. Father and son. Whoever takes it, so be it. Court declares FRC operation on state road illegal. Bans official from stopping motorists award damages. Nonsense. Nonsense. I mean, mad people. They are. Nigerian government releases 2026 National Common Entrance results to enter Unity College. They are. Nigerian agency found to abandon physical IDs, unveil biometric physical recognition for airports. This one concerns also people that are living abroad, travelers. Nigeria agency found to abandon physical IDs, unveil biometric facial recognition for airports. No do on time, huh? Trump administration in new rule limits foreign students to 4 years stay in U.S. Trump administration in new rule limits foreign students to 4 years stay in U.S. Everything is changing. Now all these terrorists they change them, and because of all these people they come here won't change their rule. So they need to guide themselves. Nigerian government renames Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway after Tinubu. Tinubu way. Nonsense. I need to conduct full audit of tech infrastructure, mock presidential election ahead of 2027 polls. They are. 4 kidnapped NECO candidates, principal, freed by security operatives in Kogi. Imagine, NECO student and they go kidnapped. God have mercy. Court convicts 2 men for impersonating EFCC officers. Defers ruling to July 22. Trump claimed U.S. winning big in Iran. Alleged China stole 220 million American voters' file. Middle Belt Youth Group give Minister Omahi 5 days to step aside over Mary Habila's death. Demand independent autopsy. Of course. Without independent autopsy, they will manipulate it now. They will definitely manipulate it. It's prepared already. We don't buy the family already. Iran claims retaliatory strike on U.S. base in Syria. Says American helicopter destroyed. And so now they claim. Falana condemned Tinubu's government's handover of houses to judges as discriminatory and illegal. And today, DSS released NBA election service provider MDR's association in 6 July 18 poll. Family accuses DSS of midnight abduction. Secret trial of Kogi youth leader Abbas Lukman. That's what they do. Not strange. Trump's DHS claimed over 250,000 non-citizens illegally registered to voters to vote in 4 U.S. states. Clean the system, but they take review out. Venezuela earthquake death toll rises to 4,930 as thousands remain homeless. Wow. That is one thing the zoo is blessed with. No natural disaster anywhere. The only natural disaster in Nigeria is terrorists, insecurity. The natural disaster people are suffering. Family contradicts Kogi government rescue claim. They don't claim to the rescue, but family never see their people. Family contradicts Kogi government rescue claim. Says NECO abductees freed only after ransom payment. See, they paid ransom. That is all the time. Even those people, those students of Oyo, ransom was paid. Ransom. They will tell you rescue. Once the family pay ransom, they will rush and go and issue statement. Oh, they have been freed. Rescue my food. 2 Nigerians, 1 other jailed in UK over 7.4 billion cryptocurrency scam using fake police website. All the ego, the Zungeria. Which one with this one? Moment UK police captured Nigerian crypto fraudster who stole £4 million naked in bed. £4 million. So this small thing, they baba where they sleep. They baba where they sleep, and they come baba where they sleep. So in Nigeria, Oyibo, baba. More people everywhere. More people everywhere. So let's try and see if we have other updates that I've just loaded while we are reading out the ones that we just gotten close to, so that we can be able to round up and everybody we go to have other activities, because we are coming back in the evening. We still have a program this evening I'm still coming back in this evening. So if you have time, you join us in the program in the evening. To say, look at it. One woman did herself. Look at them. Wanted. Nigerian Anti-Narcotic Agency declares 4 wanted over MetLife freezes 9.8 billion seizes assets. No be small thing, no. No be small thing. No be small thing. Group seek revocation of bail granted to alleged witch hunter in Ebonyi over witnesses intimidation claim. Lagos Amu Ward of Pin residents decry neglected PHC despite 25.991 billion FAAC allocation in 1 year. That's Nigeria fraud, right, left, and center. A very fraudulent country. Thank you so much for watching wherever you join us from. I appreciate everyone that has participated in this program, wherever you're watching from. Please like and share this program if you have not yet done so. If you didn't start with us, go and watch the program from the beginning. You are going to learn a lot. This program is fully packed, and I want everyone to benefit from it. Try as much as possible to go back and watch it over and over. Find out where it concerns you and your mushroom group where you belong. Wherever it touches you, have a change of heart. Whenever you are coming, as I always say, come with an open heart in this platform. You will learn a lot. May Chuks continue to guide and protect every one of you that have been patient with me on this platform. Whether you are watching on TikTok, on Facebook, on X, may Chuks guide and protect you, secure you, and give you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and make you see Biafra. Whatever we are seeking for, we will find. I pray that Chuks guide and protect our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukam, and our Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper, and no weapon formed or fashioned against our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukam, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel, shall prosper. Wherever you are watching this program, like and share, invite others to join us in our next program. We're going to come back this evening again. Our evening program, I don't do much. I play videos from other events and other agitators, more especially from some of our IPOB members. I play their videos on the evening to engage and also to respond to the blackmails against Mazi Nnamdi Okukam. That's why I played. So join us on the evening program, and you are going to like it. Try as much as possible to join us. And after this program, I'm going to play the message of our Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel. So some of us who have forgotten, we reflect back. There are a lot of messages that Mazi Samuel has left. Those of you, they tell you, don't go and watch him, don't listen to him. Now that the coast is clear, we are now in a united front, forging ahead. Listen to this message of Mazi Samuel that I'm going to play at the end of this program. You might learn a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again on the next program. Stay blessed.
Bear witness to the sacred code. The ground beneath us does not yield to seasonal guests. The tenant cannot sack the landlord. The employee can never sack the employer. Mazi Nnamdi Okukam remains the supreme leader of IPOB. His command is final. Whatever he says goes. Pursuant to the strict authority of the supreme leader and the sacred unyielding IPO code of conduct, the third administration of the DOS is hereby dissolved. The sentence is passed, your names are permanently erased. Chikaedozi, you are sacked. Tonin Surumike, you are sacked. Austin Agbanyin, you are sacked.
IPOB. You no longer speak, you no longer act for the children of light. The employee cannot fire the boss. Tenant cannot sack the landlord. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader, the supreme leader of IPOB. Through the trials, through the chains, his word remains absolute. Whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. They thought darkness could hide the shadows of greed. They forgot the soil remembers every treacherous deed. After the illegal extraction, when the leader was taken away, the enemies of the struggle came out to play. Governor Dave Umahi paid $500,000 of blood money bribe to buy collars for the scholars of shame. They took the cash, sabotaged the release, and traded the crown, bribing media houses just to tear the leader's legacy down. But the truth is a rock, it crushes the hand that betrays. But in the darkest hour, the true guardian stood high, refusing to let the message of restoration die. We lift our voices to honor the ones who defended the light, the shield of the truth in the dead of the night. Thank you, Biafra, vanguard media, for standing so bold, for ensuring the unfiltered truth was always told. Salute to the dedicated souls of heaven, standing the test. Salute to the rising sun, unyielding and blessed, and the ambassador for self-determination marching ahead, keeping the fire burning for the living and the dead. You defended the leader, you shielded the name from the stain. Oh, whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. Whatever the supreme leader says goes. The fourth Doris is here, working with global power to heal the land. The genocide must stop, the boss has spoken. Victory is absolute.
Of America. We will continue to educate them on the need for Biafra to become an independent state. We will continue to educate them on the need to support the declaration of Biafra. We will continue to educate them on the need to also support the Biafra self-referendum, because Nigeria thought by locking the door of the constitution, they have defeated everybody. But we are smarting them. So this consultation will continue even after the declaration of the 2nd of December 2024, until those who have what it takes to pursue and support the recognition of Biafra will understand the need for them to do so. My fellow Biafrans, I want you to understand one thing, that the civil disobedience that we have used for the past 3 years have yielded the exact and even more than the result we required and we expected from it. And you know, with all the propaganda, the blackmail they use trying to demonize our people, demonize them, not to continue to sit at home, they failed. And let me tell you, you know, one of the things they usually come with is that, oh, you are destroying the economy. Oh, the sit at home, because of the sit at home, they have lost billions in the South. Now, let me make it very clear today. Any day they come with such nonsense, ask them, when the sit at home was not there, they were making this billion. What have they done with the billions? Ask them, what have they done with the billions? And what have the sit at home now done to stop that thing they were doing with the billions? Ask them, what have they done when the sit at home was not there and they were generating these billions? Did they use it to build road? The answer is no. Did they use these billions to build hospital? The answer is no. Did they use this billion to build social amenity for you? The answer is no. Did they use this billion to give you national insurance scheme? The answer is no. Did they use this billion to give you free education? The answer is no. Then why are they now so worried about losing these particular billions to the sit at home? Do you know who it is affecting? It's affecting them. That billion they were looting is what they cannot loot again. And everybody is hungry. All of them. Ask them, how have they sit at home destroyed ordinary man's economy? They were not sharing those billions with them. How have they sit at home, or this billion that they are talking about, affect an ordinary man who goes out and sell market and feed his family? And if he didn't go tomorrow, he will go the next day to sell and feed his family. It doesn't affect them. And that is why our people discover that actually it is very, very effective. They keyed into it. The people that are subjugating our people to slavery were the one shouting and crying of economy. The economy that the common man never benefited from. The economy that a common man will never benefited. Before they could train their children in school, they will suffer and suffer and suffer. Why these people are making billions through the revenue that they generate from different states. Today, they are losing that revenue and they are crying of economy. I want you to understand also that for those of them today that are surprised of the wave that the Biafra government is making globally, using our lobbyists and from different dimensions that we are using for the liberation of Biafra, they are surprised. They call it fake. They say it's a photoshopping. You can imagine. We will be posting Speaker of House of Representatives of the United States of America. We post it on Twitter, our finance minister. And so, as we are today, as a government, we will now be posting fake image of high, top-ranked officials of the United States of America on Twitter, claiming that we met them. This is the level of idiocy of the people who have been shouting Biafra for many years. Because that's what they did, actually. Of course, they cannot even Photoshop reasonable people. But most of the things they posted for many years were all Photoshop. Many of them, everything is Photoshop. The Photoshop that I said I'm going to bring sheep, they use it to feed their ego, feed themselves on social media. The Photoshop where I posted the guy that died in Russia, which I have refused to make a video to today. The Photoshop, everything about them is Photoshopping. That was how they were fighting Biafra. Now, that's why nobody ever took them serious. But today, we are not in Photoshopping in the government. Everything is real. I went to the office of the president of Finland to submit a document. Then, that was like 2 years ago, they say it's fake. And with my level in Finland, I will be posting that I submitted a letter to the office of the president of Finland and it is fake. I brought even acknowledgement from the office of the president Niinisto, the former president, that they have received the letter where I was appealing to them to support the Biafra independence. They acknowledge the receipt of that letter with evidences of Nigeria violation of Biafra rights and this criminals, political pressure group IPOB Nigeria, they say is a fake. I want you to understand that they remain criminals and fake. They remain Nigeria political pressure group. Otherwise, under IPOB Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he was looking for 100 men. With all the idiots scattered all over the world shouting IPOB, IPOB, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was looking for 100 men. Do you think he was actually wrong? Do you think Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was wrong to be shouting for 100 men on Radio Biafra, where this illiterate will littered everywhere, doing container shipping with IPOB money? Is it that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was wrong for saying, I need 100 men, where they have all these market women? If market women, I don't want to belittle the market women, they're actually very hardworking. But today, when we say that we are not going to use lobbies, we're not going to waste money on lobbies, was when we do not have the foundation, was when there was nothing to show. You don't go and start paying lobbies when you don't have anything on ground. That was what this political pressure group did, only to just entice people and scam their fans of their hard-earned money. That was what they did. They deceived Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to be paying 80,000. Even those people paying that money, $80,000, they were doing Amatek here with the same lobby firm. How many Biafrans know that the same lobby firm that were paying 80,000 was the same lobby firm that was defending Okonjo Iweala? The same time they were defending Okonjo Iweala, and at the same time IPOB was paying them $80,000. And you think they actually received that money? Now ask yourself, with this their so-called lobbies, can they bring one picture of them meeting anybody in Washington, D.C. I want to share a story. The reason the $80,000 lobbying firm, whether they actually paid that money or not, the reason why that particular agreement was revoked was because of Okorafor, Uchenna. Uchenna Okorafor, the secretary to Onyendu, wanted to be part of the meeting of this lobbyist, and she participated in that meeting few times. Do you know who is the chairman of the lobbyist fair, of the lobbyists like representing IPOB? Do you know? Now let me tell you. The person who was in charge of the IPOB lobbying group is called Ogbuehi. Ogbuehi that doesn't know nothing in America. Ogbuehi was the one in charge of from the IPOB group. Ogbuehi was the one in charge telling the lobbyists that he is the representative of the IPOB. Uchenna Okorafor went to the meeting several times. Ogbuehi will sit there and say nothing. In fact, nothing was being said, nothing was being discussed. That Uchenna Okorafor wanted to raise an objection that this payment of $80,000 or whatever they were paid, that the money is being thrown into ocean. They started fighting her. This was happening, bam! And Onyendu was kidnapped. Now, Oyibo came on board. Giddy, 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 giddy. Hired another one they call Allen White. Within their shambolic agreement, he started paying $60,000. This time, I was the one preparing document for Allen White. I was the one, Simon Ekpa, was the one preparing, filing annexes, evidences of the Nigeria human rights violation against Biafra people. I was the one compiling documents day and night. I didn't sleep. But they were the one receiving $60,000. Nothing. The first annex, I filed it. The second annex, I filed it. Working with somebody in Strasbourg. I am sharing this story because I don't think I've shared this story ever. At a point, I questioned why 60,000 is being paid, because I am doing this job by writing and compiling these evidences as an annex. I will do it. They will tell me to do it again. I will do it. And they will have some kind of proofread these annexes up to 5 times. I will not sleep to make sure that these annexes met the standard requirement of the ICC. At the end of the day, they will pay them $60,000. I begin to question Oyibo before she begin to say, okay, now maybe we are going to stop paying them. Why am I telling this story? Then I said, we will never hire lobby. We will do this ourselves until further notice. Because you don't hire lobbyists when you don't have any structure. You don't hire lobbyists, and what are they going to be telling the people you are meeting? Oh, that you are from Biafra land, you are fighting for freedom. What exactly are you going to show? To show how serious you are. Discussing with the people, if you actually have the opportunity to meet the people, what are you going to present to them? That you are carrying flag on the street? Is that what you are going to present to them? Or that Nigeria is killing you? No! I know what I am doing. I have the template to get there. I said nobody will hire lobbyists until the right time comes. And the right time is when we have put every structure in place, including the government institution, which includes the Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra forces. These are part of the government institution that must be put in place. Because as we are doing this, we will not sit down and watch Nigeria kill our people and to use their picture to go to the ICC. No, we will defend ourselves as much as possible. Then we decided to start preparing for the defense of Biafra. If you remember, we started preparing for the defense of Biafra. Then the Biafra government in exile came on board. Before then, a lot of things that happened on the ground. Yet, we decided to have the first ever convention, first ever convention internationally. First. IPOB Nigeria never did it. First ever international Biafra convention where declarations were made, where alliances were signed, and it became part of the history of the struggle. After that, we begin to put in place all the institutions of the government, department, ministries. We begin to appoint ministers, cabinet members, and all that. And of course, we begin to officially defend ourselves, engaging the Nigeria terrorist army. Head on, iron to iron, gun to gun, and they're hearing it. Now, After we have achieved all these things, we also did not just achieve them, we also defined the Biafra map. Because if you want to go and do lobby, the people that you are going to meet, if they're actually serious and real, then first of all going to ask you, where is your map? That question that I've been asking all this while is actually the right question from the wrong people. Then we define our map. We did not just define our map, we also created the state. We allowed everybody on inside that map to define the boundaries of their state. And they did. They presented to me 40 United States of Biafra, which is the structure that we have even before the emergence of Wazirike and IPOB. I resurrected the plan of Ojoko, which is not known by anybody. Now, after that, when we see that the government is functioning very well, including, before I forget, including establishing the de facto government in the homeland, which gave birth to the map and the state structure. After that, we now say that, okay, we have achieved the criteria to be recognized as a state. You can never ever be recognized as a state under a political pressure group, according to international law. The law of Montevideo Convention make it very clear. The criteria you must attain to be recognized as a state. Under IPOB Nigeria, you can never qualify for that. Where is the structure? And that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw and told this idiot. Go and listen to Simon Ekpa. He is bringing a new dimension to this awareness we're making. Now look around yourself. Will you say there is no new dimension? Will you say that we are doing what they were doing since 10 years or 30 years ago? The answer is no. If he was so selfish, he wouldn't tell you to listen to me. If he was so stupid or self-centered, he wouldn't tell you to listen to me. He would think that I'm a threat. Because the time I wanted to interview him in my platform, those people who surrounded him and he was looking for 1,000 men fought against him coming to my platform. And he was like, are we still fighting for Biafra, or is there something they are protecting? If you see somebody that is better than you, bring him in. That was what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did. They were saying, don't go, don't go, don't go. That night he was on call, or everywhere they are in the world, they were calling him, don't go, don't appear, don't appear. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was like, are we not fighting for Biafra again? Why they were calling him on phone? I was on the phone also with Uche Okorafor's mother. And I was listening and hearing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the phone. Don't go. He didn't take oath. Oh, that guy is a traitor. They have given us information from Finland. What information did they give to you from Finland? The information that Simon Ekpa is somebody in Finland. That was the information. Are they telling you that Simon Ekpa is a criminal in Finland? No. That Simon Ekpa is connected. That was the information. And for that reason, he will hijack everything. That was the information. But did he actually come to hijack? The answer is no. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw somebody who will change the face of the agitation for Biafra. And he was happy. And today, that thing he saw in me is manifesting. And I told him and promised him, if you are ready, really, really ready to fight for this Biafra, I will be the first person. And you are ready to do anything. I asked him, are you ready to do anything on live broadcast to get Biafra? And before he answered me, I said, hold on. If you are ready, I will be the first person to follow you. Now, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu approved doing anything for Biafra, why are they fighting what I'm doing today, which is actually anything? Ask them. Ask yourself. Why are the people who followed him fighting me when I am actually doing anything to get Biafra? Because he promised me that he would do anything to get Biafra. But of course, like I said, if they were actually with him, he will not be looking for 100 men. Where IPOB all over the world was contributing money and in millions of dollars. If I'm not mistaken, IPOB could have up to $5 million. Where is the money today? There is nothing, absolutely nothing to show for it. When we took over this agitation, now in liberation, there were no guns, not even AK-47. Everything you see Biafra Liberation Army using today, we bought it from scratch. We did not snatch gun from the terrorist army. Under IPOB, they were telling them to go and snatch gun. We did not snatch gun. We buy every single gun you see them using today. And of course, minus those ones we are manufacturing by ourselves. And it will continue like that. Then when we have decided that now we have met the requirement according to the Montevideo Convention to be recognized as a state, it is time to bring in the lobbyists. Because when you see them today, they say, oh, is he not the one who condemned lobbyists? Is he not the one who condemned IPOB saying he's not going to hire? Why should I hire lobbyists as a political pressure group? Now that you that have hired lobbyists and paid 80,000, which you did not actually pay, as a matter of fact, what did you achieve? Can you show me where the lobbyists arrange a meeting for any IPOB member in Washington, D.C.? The answer is no. Because the money, some of the money were actually never paid to them. But the people who were seated as the committee, which way he was leading, they know what happened to those 80,000 every month. Today, how much are we paying? We are paying $10,000 every month to lobbyists. And look at the result. You will know that the people who are lobbying for us are not after money. It's a public information. It is not hidden. But IPOB, they will hide it. Or IPOB Nigeria, not even IPOB Nigeria. They will hide it. They say, oh, we don't want to. You see them telling you, oh, you are exposing your lobbyists. Why should we be hiding what we are doing for a nation, for a country, for independence? You don't need to hide it. And of course, now that we have met the requirement according to the Montevideo Convention, you know, some of them don't even know what is Montevideo Convention. They are just shouting, oh, let us go and outside and protest. During the time I traveled in Nnamdi, I read the Montevideo Convention and he was shocked. He was shocked. I want all of you to go and watch the interview I had with him. He was shocked when I read the Montevideo Convention to him, because I don't think any other person among them knew actually what is Montevideo Convention. I read the Montevideo Convention to Martin Nnamdi, and go and listen to that interview and listen to the comment he made after I read that convention to him. He said, wow, you never knew that I knew this. I want you to go and refresh your brain. Watch it. I came to this Biafra prepared. I said that no, after me, I will handle freedom to the new generation. Nobody will fight for freedom again from Biafra land. That is what I'm doing. It does not matter. I said I will turn to a beast and still Biafra will come. So if you think that you have seen half of it, no. The harder Nigeria become, the more brutal I also become to free my people. I want you to understand that now that the Biafra government has met the requirement according to the international law to be recognized as a state, that is where our lobbies now coming. So everything we are doing, you are going and presenting who you are to the people that can influence the recognition of Biafra. From the Washington, D.C., from Asia, from Europe, from Africa. You will go and show who you are. The government you are representing has a map. The government you are representing has conducted self-referendum. There are evidences everywhere of how the self-referendum is being conducted. We have recorded over 50 million votes. You can't beat that. That is what we call outsmarting the terrorist state of Nigeria. And they were taking us for a joke. Today, they are no longer taking us for a joke anymore. They are calling ICC to one man, Simon Ekpa. And they tell you, oh, the time they were catching him, why didn't they make it public? Why would they make it public? Because they thought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only person that was talking genuinely. And once they capture him, Biafra is dead. And of course, they celebrated the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Abuja, including the one some people were kneeling down thanking God in Lagos. Oh, they came every now and then to grant national interview on national TV that Biafra is dead. Let them see how they will rise up again. As that was happening, Simon Ekpa was somewhere observing them. Ejiofor promised them he is in charge of IPOB. Where is he today? He's gone. I want you to understand, mark my word now. Once Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is out, IPOB is gone, dissolved, completely dissolved. Mark my word. Every person today that is fighting me on the other side will be gone. I want you to mark this day. Mark this word I'm telling you now. Every one of them will be gone. As we approaching the December declaration of Biafra, we will continue to push for the recognition of Biafra. At the same time, getting investors ready to invest in Biafra land. And when you hear them, when you see that they are everybody, I told you people that the propaganda is going to increase. Do not think that you have seen propaganda. No, you have not seen. Somebody like me, I am already cooked. But what about you? Just close your ear. You already know what you know. Close your ear, lock your heart. Propaganda is going to come. I told you people a few weeks ago. So if you think that what you see springing up on social media is going to end soon, my brother, you are in for a very long journey. It is actually now that the propaganda is starting because they have seen that I am not backing down. They have seen somebody that they have never seen in their life. You know, they say that I am not an Igbo man, that Igbo people don't have the heart I have. That is why we're different. They say, oh, I'm a Fulani, I'm wicked. I have to be wicked. If you're not wicked, you can't fight Nigeria. That was why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is where he is today. I learned from him, learned from other people that failed, and I'm here to end it. After I finish with Nigeria, believe me, the people that will be in the Nigeria side will never name their child Simon. Of course, they don't even have to name their Islamic state. They don't name their children Simon. But I'm just telling you that even those who love Nigeria because of corruption and they are Christians, they will never name their child Simon. That is what is going to happen. After I finish with them, I will be here. Biafra freedom will come from diaspora. I promised them for many years, since 2021, that I will bring the Biafra freedom from diaspora. I want you to look around yourself. Is it not coming from diaspora? They thought they have locked everywhere. If you go to Nigeria, they kill you. If you do, they will challenge you. Come to Nigeria, so we'll take you serious. Come to Nigeria. Because I will not come to Nigeria. If you want to die, go and put yourself on the I will not come to Nigeria. I will be here to fight for my people, and I will be here and free my people from Nigeria. When Queen Elizabeth was controlling you in Nigeria and doing amalgamation, was she there? Was she there? Queen Elizabeth, the same Londugard, was she there? I will do like her. I will be here and free Biafra, and then I will come to unify Biafra people after Biafra has been recognized. I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is the fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. Thank you very much.
Charlie Papa, moi Papa, oh, Charlie Papa, moi Charlie Papa, moi Papa, oh, Charlie Papa, moi Ipayame mara medawasi ewada wachirami Ipayame mara medawasi medopa Tamuno bo Obasizio, Temeo, Meka, Ivomi Meloanio. I say, Jana Ludo, I say, you're at your phone. Temeo, Meka, Kali Papa, Moesia, Papa, oh, Jolly Papa, Moesia, ahe. Jolly Papa, Moesia, Papa, oh, Jolly Papa, Moesia.